Live from the Tucson Arena, this is University of Arizona Hockey. It's time to drop the puck with Timothy Gasson, the voice of the Wildcats. So let's head to the action with Arizona Wildcats Hockey.
Welcome to the Tucson Arena, where the number 12 Arizona Wildcats will take on the Buffalo of Colorado. Hi everybody, I'm Timothy Gasson, and I'm excited to be back for my 6th season overall as the voice of Wildcat Hockey, and I'm delighted to have Jackson Peters, my broadcast partner, back for his 3rd season. You know, Jackson, we want to get going with this brand new season, but we have to talk a little bit about this wonderful season that Arizona Hockey just had. One of their best in a generation, Western Collegiate Hockey League champions, Cactus Cup champions for the 2nd year over Arizona State, ACHA All-Americas. Arizona sent a player to the National Olympic team, but that was last year. The Cats have to reset and get ready for this new year.
Yeah, Tim, this team accomplished so much last year, on and off the ice. I mean, we didn't even mention the Community Service Award that the team was presented, from the ACHA, but that's last season, Tim. This team, even though they have some of that confidence, this is a new season. They got to start fresh here. They're off to a good start, but tonight's the first night on home ice, and they got to keep the ball rolling.
Well, along with the new season, we have some new features here on our Arizona Wildcats broadcast, and that includes in-game interviews with Jackson Peters. And Jackson caught up with the captain of the Wildcats, Anthony Cucinelli. Let's roll that interview and hear Anthony Cucinelli's thoughts about this new season.
Hi, I'm Jackson Peters, and I'm joined here by Anthony Cucinelli, captain of the University of Arizona Wildcats hockey team. Now, Anthony, you guys had a ton of success last year. You also did. You guys kind of have an expectation to be champions this year, to succeed. How does that affect the team moving into this season?
Yeah, last year was definitely a step forward in the right direction. Winning the conference was huge, but Nationals are our main goal and didn't go as planned, so I've had a sour taste in my mouth for a few months, so I'm excited to go tonight.
Yeah, so tonight you're going on home ice for the first time this year. What's the mood like in the room tonight? Are you guys excited to get out there?
Yeah, it's been a while. Starting on the road, 5 games is good for team building, but we're definitely excited to be back in Tucson in front of our fans.
Awesome. Well, I've been talking with Anthony Cucinelli. Now we'll send it back to the booth.
And in this new season, Arizona's off to a good start, which is a little surprising, not because they're not a talented team, but because they didn't have much practice ice, only 2 practices here at home at the TCC before they had to go up to ASU to start their season. Arizona State had already played 2 competitive games and had been skating for weeks. The reason is the ice here at the Tucson Arena is brand new. All the mechanics that make the ice that were put in here in 1972 was taken out and had to be replaced. So it was a little late, Arizona getting on to the ice, but guess what? They have 4 wins and 1 tie record to start this season, all 5 games on the road. The Buffalo come in at 1-4, but that's a deceiving record, Jackson.
Yeah, it really is, Tim, especially when you look at some of their opponents playing Minot State, one of the top-ranked teams in the country. I think they're a much better team than 1-4, and I expect them to really outplay that 1-4 ranking here tonight.
Colorado always plays well here in the Tucson Arena. They always have a very talented team. And this is a very important game because it's a Western Collegiate Hockey League game. Those games are golden if Arizona wants to repeat as WCHL champions. While there's more going on this weekend, not just opening night here tonight, Arizona, of course, continues its homestand tomorrow and Saturday. These are afternoon 1 p.m. games against Colorado State, also WCHL games, and they're special games for U of A students.
Yeah, they are. Any U of A students that come to the game with their CAT card get free admission. So if you're a U of A student, I don't see much reason not to come out and support the Cats, tomorrow and Saturday at 1 p.m.
Now, the Cats were a young team last year, finished number 6 in the nation at the end of the year. WCHL champs, as we said, went to the national tournament once again. Well, guess what? This year, they're a very senior-led team. They have a lot of experience, and they've added some talented freshmen. But again, they're not really freshmen because they've played several years of juniors. They're 20 and 21 years old, so they're starting their college career as freshmen, but they have the physical maturity, the mentality, and all that hockey experience from playing juniors, and they're playing right now in this lineup.
Yeah, and let me tell the fans at home, when you think of the word freshman, these aren't the kids you're talking about. These are big boys. These are boys that are ready to play in this league. They're experienced in the game of hockey, and I'm really, really excited to see what they can bring to Coach Bremen's squad.
Two of these freshmen we're talking about that we're excited to see are Christopher Hedgecock and Cameron Timor. And Cameron Timor is built like not a freshman, but like a young man, a very muscular hockey player. I get the idea on the blue line, he's going to be hard to move around.
Yeah, he's going to be a real big body to push on the blue line, but I'm more interested to see what he can do in front of the net. I think he's going to be real tough for some of those opposing forwards, try and battle with, get rebounds. I think he's going to give the goaltenders quite a bit of help.
Okay, well, let's send it down to ice level. We'll have our starting lineups, we'll have our national anthem, and then we'll drop the puck. It's number 12 Arizona and the Colorado Buffalo. You are watching University of Arizona Wildcat Hockey.
For the Buffaloes, number 15, David Mitchell. At left defense, number 28, Kyle Cato. At right defense, number 2, Joe Kinsella. And in the nets tonight for the Buffaloes, number 31, Grant Payne. And ladies and gentlemen, here come your Arizona Wildcats. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the starting lineup for your Arizona Wildcats. Starting at left wing, number 15, Anthony Cusinelli. And right wing, number 12, Chris Westland. At the center position for your Cats, number 11, Bailey Marshall. At left defense, number 20, Manny Rowe. At right defense, number 9, Cameron Timor. And in the nets today for your Wildcats, number 30, Anthony Churro. The head coach of your Wildcats is Chad Berman. Ladies and gentlemen, we now ask that you please rise. Gentlemen, remove your hats and face the south goal for our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rugged red
And we're ready to get this
Your referee for tonight.
2019-2020 season underway for the Arizona Wildcats. I'm Timothy Gasson, joined by my broadcast partner, Jackson Peters. Anthony Sherrill gets the nod in goal for Arizona. You know, it's so early in the season, the statistics don't really mean much yet, Jackson, but Anthony is 2-0 with a 2.61 goals against average. I expect that to start to shrink. Grant Payne gets the start for the Buffalo. He's 1-4, so he's played in all 5 of the games so far for the Buffalo. A gaudy 5.01 goals against average, but again, I expect that probably to shrink as there's a wider sampling for the season for the Buffalo.
Yeah, Tim, I'm going to be honest. I really don't know what to expect here from this University of Colorado team here tonight, because I know that these stats that we're looking at right now don't really reflect the quality of this team, because like we said before, they've played some really, really good opponents. So I'm really excited to see what they bring to the table here tonight.
Well, and here we go with the 1920 season. Zach Reese is our referee. Anthony Frusciano and Tom Wazak are our linesmen as the puck is down, and we're underway in the 2019-2000 Arizona Wildcats season. The home opener for the Wildcats as the Buffalo come away with the puck, keep it in the Arizona zone and try to send it down low. Arizona picks it up there. Chris Westland not able to get it out of the zone, but now it comes up to Bailey Marshall at the blue line, along with Anthony Cusinelli, of course, the 2 top scorers for Arizona. Cole Mackey tries to slap it into the Arizona zone there, but Timor, one of those talented freshmen for Arizona, picks it up and comes back the other way. Timor already showing some body there at the blue line as the Buffalo regain possession of the puck behind Grant Payne.
And there's a big hit in the corner by number 21 for the Cats, Jesse Lowell.
Lowell with the puck now, tries to get it out in front, but it's kicked back into the corner. Yeah, who knows what to expect from either team. Arizona without a lot of practice ice. 5 games to start on the road. Very fortunate to be 4-0-1 after those 5 games, including a sweep of the Oklahoma Schools, which is huge for their hopes to repeat as WCHL champions. Well, the real season really starts about now in mid to late October for these ACHA teams. We'll see what they're really like this next couple weeks.
Yeah, we will, Tim. And the big thing is we weren't really sure what to expect from this team early on because of, they weren't able to practice. They didn't have the ice. And, I, myself included, weren't really sure if this team is going to be able to, come out and perform right at the start.
Just underway here at the Tucson Arena. We're scoreless between Colorado and Arizona. Cats pick up the puck and get it out to Ethan Stallhuth. A little bit of back and forth feeling out process here to start this first period, Jackson.
Yeah, and Tim, it looks like the Cats are really looking to put on the body here.
I think when you're facing an opponent that's 1-4, you want to see a little bit about what they're made of. And I think Arizona, this is something that the Cats have wanted to do for the last couple seasons. They wanted to be a little grittier, and we have a whistle and an offside. They want to be a little grittier. They want to be a little bit more physical. And this is where some of these freshmen, like defenseman Christopher Hedgecock and Cameron Timor, come in. They want a little more grit, especially at the blue line. They thought they had plenty of skill, but when the going gets tough, they wanted a little bit more grit, especially down low.
Yeah, Tim, I can't tell you how many times we talked about how the Cats gave the puck up on the blue line last year, 5 feet in or 5 feet outside of it. They really need to sharpen up on that this year, and I think those additions are really going to help with that.
Play continues on, just 2.5 minutes into this first period. We are scoreless, and that first goal, of course, so important, maybe more important for these Buffalo, for their confidence level here on the road, Jackson.
Yeah, it is. And, Tim, you got to remember, these Cats have yet to score in this building yet. They've only played here for 3 minutes, so they want to try and get that first goal, get the fans excited and, get that monkey off their back.
Cats keep it in over to Cully Olson, who sends it down low. Oh, a nice screen there, but the puck went wide. And Mannix Rowe picks it up and sends it right back in. Cats right over the line. Some good speed. Oh, there was an open net, and Timor did not backhand that in. Check that. Not Timor, but Max Meyer had an open net. It appeared for just a moment, but no shot on goal, and play continues on.
Yeah, it looked like he didn't quite have the right shot on target, so he didn't want to risk it, waste a shot, and he tried to carry it around.
You know, sometimes you just need to get that puck on net, especially early in a game. As the puck pinballs around the blue line, but now in over the line is Henry Proper. Anthony Shuro makes an easy save there. He kicks it off and out of play, so we'll have a face-off in the Arizona zone.
And Tim, right there, those two nice scoring chances that the University of Colorado had, two nice shots that came off the University of Arizona, giving the puck up 5 feet just inside their blue line. They got to find a way to clear it. I know it's early in this game, but that was a huge flaw of their game last year, and they've got to sharpen up on it.
Boy, how many times did we say that last season, Jackson? Arizona giving up the puck so dangerous, 5 feet in or out of your own blue line. So many of those giveaways turned into shots on goal and great scoring opportunities for the opponents. That is something Arizona is going to need to clean up. As play continues on, Colorado keeps it in to the far point. The puck goes wide off of Joseph Kinsella's stick. Cats are able to get it out to center ice and down the ice. Icing is called off. No icing. And we continue on. Well, almost 5 minutes gone in this first period, and I think that feeling out process is probably over, and both teams perhaps can get to their actual game. Now, we have to know Colorado was a little late getting to the Tucson Arena. Here comes the Cats over the line. Dawson Marshall, brother of Bailey Marshall, getting a shot on goal there, and Grant Payne makes the save. They were a little late getting to the arena. Can that set a team off a little bit when they're off their schedule and they have to literally run into the locker room and get dressed and get ready and get out ready for the game? We were concerned a little bit because I think it was 45 minutes before the game and there was no opponent.
Yeah, that's right, Tim. Tried to go down, get a quick interview, and there was nobody to interview. So, that really can't get inside of a player's head. These guys are creatures of habit, and, getting to the rink late, that throws it off.
Timor sends the puck in low. A nice little kick save there by Grant Payne. And the puck goes up the near side boards. Cats keep it in. Timor sends it in again. And there's a rebound and a shot pinballing around. And Payne finds it. Best opportunity of the game so far for the Cats.
Yeah, that's a real nice play there. They're doing the right thing. Just get the puck to the net. It's too early in the season to be looking for those pretty goals. Just send the puck to the net, crash the net, get that rebound, shoot it low and hard, kind of hope for the best.
Alex Johansson, another one of those freshmen in on the face-off. Kept in briefly, but now here comes back Aiden Kirby the other way for the Buffs. Manny Rowe picks it up behind his own net, sends it up the far side. Cats are not able to get it out. That's a sloppy attempt at getting his center ice there. That's the kind of thing you see early in a season when you just haven't had enough skating time, Jackson.
Yeah, these guys, they don't really know each other's timing yet. They don't really know the speed, where's this guy going to be, when I'm ready to make that breakout pass. And that's something that'll come with more practice, just really, these guys are new, A lot of these guys don't have chemistry with each other yet, and that's something that's just going to come with time.
Well, and we should make the point that some of the defensive pairings have been mixed up from the past year. And so almost all the defensemen are getting used to new partners on the blue line. We can talk a little bit about how kind of an adjustment that can take, especially when you have to rely on your blue line partner to do what you're not doing. Play continues on as the puck goes wide of Anthony Shuro. Arizona wearing their throwback uniforms tonight. They are beautiful, red, white, and blue. These are back from my very first era with this team, Jackson, back more than 20 years ago. I love the throwback look with the number up on the chest and the New York Rangers style red, white, and blue and the Arizona black letter. And hopefully you can pick up on your screen, folks, there's some saguaro cactus on these jerseys too. As you were saying in warm-up, Jackson, this screams University of Arizona.
Yeah, when you see this jersey, there's no question of who it's for. This, the team colors, it says the name right across it. And the saguaro, I just love, being from Arizona, nothing beats a cactus.
Absolutely right. Beautiful jerseys, and we hope Arizona puts together a beautiful season. But so far, we're 0-0 here in the first period against Colorado. Remember, just one game here at the TCC against the Buffs. They head up to Tempe, and Colorado State, who is playing in Tempe here tonight against Arizona State, will come down for the Friday and Saturday games here at the Tucson Arena. Remember, Those are 1 p.m. games. Arizona comes in, and a shot and a goal! A shot and a goal. That's Ethan Stallhuth with the goal.
Yeah, and Tim, all of that comes off of two Colorado Buffalo overcommitting to make the hit on one of the U of A players, allowing Stallhuth to get that jump onto the rush and get a nice shot off.
Stallhuth with a nice shot beats Grant Payne. And 6:39 into this first period, Arizona takes a 1-0 lead off the stick of Ethan Stallhuth. Boy, we talk about that all-important first goal.
Arizona Wildcat will give it to number 18, Ethan Stallhuth. Well, that's Stallhuth, unassisted. Time of your Wildcat goal, 6 minutes, 39 seconds in the first period.
He shoots, he scores. Ethan Stallhuth with the first goal.
How about Justin Dungy there putting the body on Adam Trunco? Doesn't look like Trunco's too happy about that.
Well, speaking of number 91, Adam Trunco, in between the first and second intermission, we'll have an interview with the Colorado Buffalo star, sophomore for the Buffalo. That'll be between the first and second period of play. We're in the first period. Arizona with a 1-0 lead. But, you know, that's one of the other enhancements that we're bringing to the broadcast this year. We want to talk to opposing coaches, opposing players, see their perspective about their program, what they think about the Arizona program. I think that's going to add a lot to explaining the ACHA level of hockey and what we have here that's unique at the University of Arizona.
Yeah, it is. And, you know, it just gives a real good sense of, you know, just how different these teams are. And, you know, you really get to see the culture, you know, and how that's different around the country and how they're different at different schools. And, you know, I think it adds a really, you know, exciting element to our broadcast. And I think the best part about it, Tim, is the fans can expect when it's coming now that we have the new time on the scoreboard.
Look at that. Imagine a clock. We're the first television broadcast in history to have a clock during the hockey game. I don't know why no one had thought of this before. We're the first one in history. That is, if we had a Wayback Machine and could go back to like 1950 or something. But yes, we do have a clock now in our broadcast to help you all know how much is left in this first period of play. 12:10 to go, 12:08 to go in this first period of play. Just another one of the features that thankfully we have the technology to be able to bring you the game clock. Play back on, won by the Cats. Sent down to the near side corner. That's Chris Westland digging for it there, still digging. Comes away for it, back to Timor. He winds up, takes a shot and scores! Talk about a player showing his value immediately. Cameron Timor wound up and sent that to the back of the net. Welcome to the University of Arizona, Cameron Timor. It's the Cats 2-0 early in this game.
Yeah, Tim, I mean, you can't draw it up much better than that there, and I think that play all starts with Manny Rowe. He gets the puck off the faceoff, and instead of making that hasty cross-ice pass, he recognizes that option's not there, throws it deep in the corner, and look what happens.
You know, you're absolutely right. For a second, he was going to throw that across the blue line.
Give it to number 9, Cameron Timor. The assist goes to number 12, Chris Westland. That's Timor from Westland. Time of your Wildcat goal, 8 minutes, 6 seconds in the first period.
He shoots, he scores. Cameron Timor. No, you're absolutely right, Jackson. For a second, we thought maybe the pass was going to come across the blue line, but that was probably going to get intercepted, maybe turn into a break the other way. Instead, it's sent down low. It comes back to Timor. He was ready for that puck, and he teed it up.
Yeah, he was making sure that hit the net, and boy, did it. He put some power behind that one, Tim.
Well, now Christopher Hedgecock needs to get into the action. We talked about Cameron Timor in our pregame, and he makes us look good. Let's see if some of the other freshmen can get into it already. Alex Johansson, one of the other freshmen, has looked good early in this game as well. Speaking of the Devil, Johansson with the puck. He takes a shot. It's deflected wide. Johansson has a good little pep in his step.
Yeah, he does. He, 2 or 3 quick steps and he's full speed, and that's a huge asset to have as a player.
Play continues on. We're almost at the halfway mark of the first period. Arizona with a big 2-0 lead on a couple pretty goals. Let's see how Colorado responds. The Buffalo traditionally play very tough here in Tucson. A lot of talent in Colorado naturally. And so they always have a well-coached, gritty team. So this one is just getting started, almost at the halfway mark of the first period. But talk a little bit again about the late arrival and how that can kind of set a team off. Could it take a period or so? And it's a long trip, obviously, from Boulder, Colorado to Tucson. Could it take a period or so before they get their legs in? There's a good screen. The shot comes in on Shuro. He kicks it away, but the Buffs keep it in. There's Trunco who gets it down low, and the Cats come up with it behind the net. Here's Justin Dungy, and we have a puck that was deflected out of play. I thought maybe he was coming close to a little rough there. Cats being physical, but when you're at your own end and you put a guy down and the puck is there, well, you take a risk of getting a 2-minute.
Yeah, you do, and I think they really snuck away with one there. And with Colorado, arriving late, let's bring that back up for a second. I'm not even sure if that's something you're going to recover from, a period, 2 periods. That's something that can really, mess up your synergy through a full 3 periods. It's not necessarily something, that's guaranteed that you're able to recover from.
Well, and fans, you might not really understand what a long road trip can do to a team, and you can say, well, they're just sitting on a bus. What's the big deal? Boy, it can really sap your energy going on a long road trip, and you have to literally get off the bus and get dressed and play. That can be difficult for any team at any level of play. We'll see how Colorado responds as the game goes on. Manny Rowe with the puck. Oh, I thought he tried to send it up the near side boards, but it went right into Aiden Kirby, and Colorado keeps it in. We asked how they're going to respond. Well, guess what? They're right in the crease, sending the puck through the crease. Tyler Barbin. They have some good puck possession time here. Colorado looking good with the puck. He comes to the side of the net, and Shuro's able to freeze it there. That's a good play by Anthony Shuro. 8:59 to go in the first period. Arizona with a big 2-0 lead, and now we revive our annual fight, the Jackson Peters Timothy Gasson fight about the 2-goal lead. I think it's wonderful. Jackson Peters thinks it's dangerous.
Yeah, I think it's dangerous, Tim. Not because I'm with you, Tim. Having 2 goals, that's great, but it's the mindset that, you get with 2 goals ahead. You think that, the opponent, they can't get 2 goals. Why would they get 2 goals? Maybe they'll get 1, and, if they get 1, they're just 1 goal away from tying the game up, and it can really sneak up on you.
Yeah, it's, only human nature that you get a couple goals and you think, well, we figured out this team, and you relax. Well, guess what? A little bit of relaxing means it's hard to get the momentum back. And right now, Colorado's playing well in the Arizona end of the ice, keeping the puck in. Arizona does break out now. Max Meyer with the puck. Over to Cully Olson, who's taken down, no call. Ooh, there's a high stick by an Arizona player. Did we have a whistle? Do we have a delayed penalty? No, nothing was called, and the puck comes in on the goaltender, Grant Payne. Boy, the U of A got away with another one there. That could have easily been a high stick on Arizona, but play continues on. Puck comes down just wide of Payne, and the Buffs pick it up and come to center ice. That's Cole Mackey with the puck. Thrown in further by Keegan Davis, but they go for a change. The Cats pick up the puck behind their own net. That's Matthew Hull with the puck. Dungy sends it to center ice, and we start over again. Wide to the center of the ice. Can the Cats swipe it out? They do get it out to center ice. And here comes a break for Chris Westland. Chris Westland, can he get the shot off? He just misses the far post. Chris Westland with a nice little jump there and a nice little shot. He did not let Payne get set before he took that shot, but it was just a little wide.
Yeah, and it's a tough situation like that. You got to get the shot off quick. Not a lot of time to aim.
Cats now trying to use their speed through center ice. Here's the backhand in by Bailey Marshall. Bailey Marshall didn't quite have a handle on that puck, but he got enough to get it through the wickets of Grant Payne. Well, he'll take it. Of course, Bailey Marshall, one of the leading scorers for Arizona. If they go in the net, you take it.
Yeah, and that's the thing about the backhand, Tim. It's the most dangerous shot in hockey as a goaltender because the player doesn't know where it's going, so it's real hard for the goalie to know where it's going. And Bailey Marshall gets enough on it and sneaks past Grant Payne.
Bailey Marshall, of course, one of the most valuable players on this squad and in the league last year, strikes early. And Bailey Marshall, you know, that's only his second goal of the year. I think he's going to get going now.
Bailey Marshall! The assist goes to number 15, Anthony Cusinelli. That's Marshall from Cusinelli. Time of your Wildcat goal, 12 minutes, 50 seconds in the first period.
That's one of the best 1-2 punches in the ACHA. He shoots, he scores. That's Bailey Marshall and Anthony Cusinelli. Boy, I'd be hard-pressed to come up with two better frontline players in the ACHL. And there's a shot that deflects in, a pinball. Who did that bounce off of? Timor took the shot, but we'll have to see who that bounced off of in front. That might be Alex Johansson's goal. We'll have to wait for the call because it pinballed in front. Timor definitely took the shot, though.
Yeah, and I think, you know, regardless of who that goal bounced off of, I mean, Timor, again, with that cannon he has, just really trying to get the puck to the net. And when you do that with such a strong shot, good things tend to happen.
Yeah, we'll wait for the call here because it did deflect in front. And Arizona takes a commanding 4-0 lead. Boy, if a 2-goal lead was a problem.
Arizona Wildcat goal given to number 10, Dawson Marshall. The assist goes to number 9, Cameron Timor, and number 28, Alex Johansson. That's Marshall from Timor and Johansson. Time of your Wildcat goal, 13 minutes, 49 seconds in the first period.
He shoots, he scores. So Johansson gets an assist, but it actually went off of Dawson Marshall, Bailey Marshall's brother. So both Marshalls have a goal here in this first period. And I was saying before, Jackson, the Bailey Marshall, that's only his second goal of the year. You get the idea that he's going to start to get things going now.
13 minutes, 48 seconds in the first period.
So Josh Larson goes to the box here with 5:50 to go in the first. Here's an opportunity for Colorado to get back in the game. Josh Larson, this is his first game of the year coming off of an injury. Now, this is something that I know is an emphasis for Arizona this year. They have to stay out of the box. In these first 5 games, they were in the box way too much, partially because they didn't have it. Here's a 2-0 that goes to the far side and goes wide. When I talked to Manny Rowe, I might ask him to shoot that puck. But he tried to move it over to the far side and it went wide short-handed. But the Cats in the first 5 games have been prone to go to the box way too much. A lot of that is because they have not had a lot of skating time. A little rusty, you tend to clutch and grab and those kinds of things that get you in the box, and it has gotten them in trouble. And I'll bet you that that penalty could be a result of Josh Larson. It's his first game action and has not had a lot of ice time, and he's just getting back into the swing of things. Josh Larson, of course, scored a big goal for Arizona in the national tournament this last spring.
Yeah, and Josh Larson is such a huge player for this Wildcat squad. And, you know, I think you're right there, Tim. Probably just coming off, you know, a little rusty. It's his first time back on the ice with his squad. I'm sure he's just trying to, you know, find his legs.
Down to the last 25 seconds of the power play for the Buffalo. If they want to get back into this game with 4.5 minutes to go in the first period, Jackson, they need to make a little hay right now.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot to talk about for Coach Toller in the Buffalo locker room in this intermission.
Well, stick around between the first and second intermission because we'll play a package of videos all about University of Arizona Wildcat hockey. And then right before the start of the second period, we'll have Jackson Peters' interview with number 91, Adam Trunco of the Colorado Buffalo. That's between the first and second intermission here on University of Arizona Wildcats hockey. So stick around. between the first and the second. We have a brand new Wildcat Hockey Report, for instance, that will lead off that package of videos between the first and second period of play. But we have 4 minutes to go in this first period of play as the Cats come over the line. Larson out of the box trying to get the shot off, but that's blocked. And Justin Dungy throws it up the near side boards, comes back to Dungy on a string. Still with the puck. And now up the far side, Larson tries to come in over the line, but the Buffs come up with it. And the Cats throw it right back down and head for a change. 3.5 minutes to go in the first period. Arizona with a commanding 4-0 lead. Boy, there's nothing like home ice, huh, Jackson?
Yeah, Tim, that first night, that home opener, it's always such a joy for these players. And I think you can really see they've got a little extra hop in their step here tonight.
Stallhuth with the puck, but he loses it. Cusinelli dogging on it. Oh, it's nice and juicy right in the high slot there, but the Cats couldn't get to it. Bailey Marshall hunting for it there, and it's back on his stick. Bailey Marshall with the shot, and there's a save by Payne. Where's the puck? Oh, it's still loose in the crease. Still loose. Marshall has the puck. Can they get a shot off? It's Act a hole at the blue line. He takes a shot, and it goes wide. What an opportunity for the Arizona Wildcats. Play continues on and out to center ice. Boy, that puck just seemed to find Bailey Marshall, and you can say that about the best goal scorers. The puck just seems to find them.
Yeah, Bailey Marshall just always seems to have the puck when he's on the ice, and he moves it so well, he shoots so well. And, if there's a guy on the ice you want to have the puck, it's probably Bailey Marshall.
Well, and Bailey, the puck finds these players because they move to the right place and they move their feet and they work to get that puck on their stick. Bailey Marshall almost with the second goal of this night. Already with the goal here in the first period, along with his brother, and here comes Timor over the line. But you can see the experience that Timor has as the puck pinballs around and Grant Payne makes the save. You can tell number 9, the freshman Cameron Timor, who's already played juniors, 21-year-old freshman, I believe, has a lot of hockey sense and a lot of hockey experience. You can just see how he surveyed the ice coming over the blue line with the puck. What do I want to do with the puck?
Yeah, and if you saw Tim, it almost looked like he was T-pushing like a goalie, just kind of opening up his body, really surveying the ice, really just looking for the best possible play. And, I think if he keeps doing that, he's going to make some real incredible plays here for this team.
Boy, when you see players who have the time and space to make decisions like that and know what to do with the puck, boy, you're looking at a player that's going to impact the game. And, of course, freshman Cameron Timor already with a goal in tonight's game. And he's taken the body here tonight, too.
Yeah, he has, and he's really used that big body of his to, really knock guys off the puck. But another thing about Cameron Timor is his stride. You can really just see he pushes off the ice so hard, 2 or 3 quick steps, and he is moving.
Well, a powerful skater, has a good shot, nice view of the ice. Boy, that's a great addition to the Arizona Wildcats. Your hometown hockey team, your Arizona Wildcats. Support your Wildcats and call now for tickets to see Arizona hockey at the Tucson Arena. Call 791-4101 now and bear down, Arizona. 1:35 to go in the first period, and Arizona with the 4-0 lead. Now, Jackson, I have an idea that one of our Arizona hockey defensemen is a 1970s TV detective. How do I find out about that?
Well, I'll tell you what, Tim. You can find out in the new episode of the Wildcat Hockey Report on our YouTube video channel. Go to youtube.com/UA Hockey, and as always, bear down.
And we'll also show that Wildcat Hockey Report at the beginning of the intermission between the first and second intermission, and you can see if Arizona does indeed have a 1970s television detective on their squad. The answer is yes. And I think it's great fun. So that's in 1:15 after this first period, which the Arizona Wildcats have to be pretty happy with as the puck comes down to Ethan Stallhuth. He comes up with it. Can he get it in front? He moves it in front. There's a shot. Oh, did that puck go in? That's a shot and a goal. That's a shot and a goal.
What a play. Don't stop giving up on the puck. Those guys battling in front. Number 6, Josh Larson, hacking away at it. And number 19, Justin Plumhoff, just don't give up on the battle. It looks like we got a little bit of extra action.
Yeah, we got some stuff going on in the corner. Grant Payne could not locate that puck. And look at Josh Larson just digging at it. And the puck goes in the net. Hey, if there's no whistle, keep digging at that puck. And it turns into a 5-0 lead. And now we got some tempers flaring.
Yeah,
that's a tough situation.
Between the two squads.
Yeah, real tough situation for Grant Payne there. I mean, you know, his defenseman almost left him out to dry there. You know, 2 Wildcats just absolutely hacking away at him. And I think that's a great call by the official to not give a call there, let the play go on because the puck was loose. And it looks like Ethan Stallhuth, number 18 for the Cats, is now in the penalty box, Tim.
Yeah, we'll see how the penalties shake out here. I'm not surprised that Colorado would get testy there, but the defenseman almost thought that the puck was frozen. They almost thought that Payne had found it and had frozen it, and Josh Larson just kept digging at that puck. That's good tenacity. You know, you talk about focus. That's a focus of a hockey player who knows there's no whistle and that puck is somewhere underneath that goaltender or near that goaltender. I'm going to poke it in the net.
Yeah, and that's something they tell you even in the National Hockey League, Tim, is you don't stop giving up on that puck until you hear a whistle. And that's exactly what the Cats did, and they were rewarded for their effort.
So Ethan Stallhuth is in the penalty box. We'll see what's going to be called here. I don't see a Buffalo joining him. And we'll wait for the goal call as well. I think that one's going to go to Josh Larson, though. There were a couple Cats there digging at it. Just 1:04 to go in the first period. Arizona now up 5-0. He shoots, he scores. And these throwback uniforms are really working for the Arizona Wildcats.
1 minute left in the first period.
Last minute of play in the first period. And Colorado has to be showing some of the effects of this long trip and late arrival here to the Tucson Arena.
Yeah, it's real tough to, get that start. You know, you're coming from a completely different state.
Arizona Wildcat goal, give it to number 19, Justin Plumhoff. The assist goes to number 6, Josh Larson, and number 18, Ethan Stallhuth. That's Plumhoff from Larson and Stallhuth. Time of your Wildcat goal, 18 minutes, 56 seconds in the first period.
He shoots, he scores. So give the goal to Justin Plumhoff. Josh Larson gets an assist for his tenacity. And Arizona takes a 5-0 lead. Boy, just 17.8 seconds to go here in the first period.
2 minutes for roughing, time of that penalty, 18 minutes, 56 seconds in the first period.
So Ethan Stallhuth fills up the stat sheet with a goal and then a penalty right afterwards. And the Buffalo are on a power play. That will go over into the second period because the first period of play is over. Let's see if there's a little tussle between these two squads. No, they're going to separate here. And Arizona will take a 5-0 lead. Arizona 5, Colorado 0 is our score after the first period of play. And Jackson, it took 6 or 7 minutes for Arizona to start to get their timing together, but then they really imposed their will on the Colorado Buffalo.
Yeah, it did. And there's a number from that period that I'm really happy about, Tim, and that number is 9. 9 different U of A players with a point in that first period. That is, so amazing for this team to have that depth, to have 9 different guys put up, either an assist or a goal in one period. That's incredible, Tim. And last year, that was something we really wanted to see with the Cats. Get some more of these, second, third, fourth line guys scoring, and they're doing that so far here tonight, Tim.
Well, they are. The newcomers have contributed. The veterans have contributed. A well-balanced effort. And, of course, when you have Anthony Sherrow in the goal, you have a quality backstop. So at the end of one period of play, it's the Arizona Wildcats 5, the Colorado Buffalo 0. Now stick around because we're going to show a highlight reel and a package of videos about U of A hockey, including the new Wildcat Hockey Report. And in about 15 minutes, with a couple minutes to go before the start of the second period, we'll have the interview with Adam Trunco, number 91 of the Colorado Buffalo. So at the end of one, Arizona 5, Colorado 0. You're watching University of Arizona Wildcat Hockey.
I'm Timothy Gasson. They call me the AZ Puckman. I've been following hockey at the University of Arizona for more than 30 years. And this is my Wildcat Hockey Report.
I'm Timothy Gasson, and welcome to another season of the Wildcat Hockey Report. I'm joined by senior defenseman Manny Rowe. And Manny, I've been excited to see you develop as a defenseman in your years here as a Wildcat. Now it's your senior year. Do you have any specific goals for your development as a defenseman your last time around here with the Wildcats?
I think for the senior ride, it's I got to move all my development down, and I got to help progress all the freshmen and the sophomores and kind of make sure they know what they're doing and what they're getting into, and they know what expectations we have going forward.
Now, you remember what it was like to be a freshman making the transition to college hockey. Yeah. So you know what a good senior leadership can do for a hockey team. Is that what you're trying to transmit to this hockey team?
Absolutely. I remember my freshman year, I had Oz and Olsen, and I remember specifically things they said to me, and know those are the same things I project to Timor, and I have Jones and Hull, and they know exactly where they need to be.
Now, you have a new defensive partner this year back on the blue line. Is it difficult to adjust to a new partner? Does it come naturally? How long does it take to get used to working with someone new on the blue line?
Yeah, just about a week during practice, just finding out where he likes to go, where I like to go, if he's more physical at the blue line or likes to sag in a little bit. And then also just getting to know him off the ice, too. I like to build that connection, hanging out with them, and then going to the library as well.
Now, Wildcat fans know a lot about Manny Rowe. They know that he has this wonderful red hair. He has alternating great beards or long hair or this wonderful mustache that he has now. But they probably don't know your real first name, Manny, which is?
My whole name is Raymond Mannix Rowe.
Now, Mannix, that's M-A-N-N-I-X, is named after my favorite TV detective from the 1970s, Joe Mannix, from the show Mannix. But you have never seen this television show.
No, my dad told me the same story. He said that was his favorite show, and that's my middle name, but I have not gotten around to watch any of it.
Okay, so I'll tell you a little bit about Mannix. Mannix was really intelligent. He was really cool. And the women really liked Mannix. So I can't think of a better first name for you than Mannix.
I mean, if he was a redhead, too, I'd have to say spot on.
So that's all in good fun, Manny Mannix Rowe. But I'm looking forward to seeing what you do on the ice here in your senior season. Is there one thing that you want to achieve here, other than the obvious, we all want to be champions? There's one thing that you want to achieve here as a Wildcat before you graduate, besides watching an episode of Mannix with me, and I guarantee you I'm going to make that possible for you on one of your road trips. What is it that you want to achieve here?
Back-to-back WCHL, and we want to end in the top 5. That's it's an eye-opener, and some people just thought it was kind of, they didn't think it was real that we got the WCHL, so we want to go back-to-back and really show them with a top 5 finish.
Well, we've been talking with senior defenseman Manny Rowe. Congratulations on this wonderful year last year, Manny, and good luck for this year. And let's continue on now with more of the Wildcat Hockey Report.
There's another goal. That's a beautiful tip in by Tyler Griffith. That's Ethan Scaluth with the goal. There's a shot to goal. Arizona takes the lead. Anthony Cusinelli with the backhander. He shoots. He scores. Your Arizona Wildcats, champions of the Cactus Cup.
Hi, I'm Jackson Peters, and I'm joined here with the head coach of the University of Arizona Wildcat hockey team, Coach Chad Berman. And Coach, we're standing in front of the Tucson Arena ice, something you guys haven't seen a lot of this far. Can you talk about a little bit, of what you guys have had to do to find ice and how that's affected you, with your preparations for the season?
Yeah, so we've been making some trips to Chandler, Gilbert, Scottsdale, touring the whole area there. So it's been an adventure and a journey, but we're big proponents and thing we're pushing this year is wherever there's adversity, there's opportunity. And so opportunity in that, we've gotten to know each other a little more on the bus, and it's like we've been on the road early. I think it pulls a team together. So obviously, with an older team that we have, it's nice to have a lot of familiarity with the systems and what we're trying to do structurally. But also you have guys who have been around this culture that understand how to pull the group together.
So something I know that the fan base has definitely seen is the growth of this program over the past few years. This is your 6th year at the helm of this program. Can you talk a little bit about what are some of those milestone, moments that really shaped the growth of where this program has come to be today?
Yeah, I can go big and small, and they're all just as impactful. You know, the first time you beat ASU was a turning point. When I took this program over, we had, I think it was like a 34-game losing streak, and I think we contributed more on top of that the first 2 years. And so when we finally made that happen, it was kind of a turning point of a checkpoint of where we were. You know, obviously winning a conference championship last year in this conference is very difficult to do, so we were really proud of that. As far as little things, you know, this may the turning point last year. We were on a bus in Colorado. We do a lot of meetings on the road in the hotel rooms, things to get to know you. And it's like they say, once you know you've built your culture when they're teaching you. I go to the back of the bus, and our group's doing a spelling bee with the rookies. So it was one of the most entertaining bus rides I've had, but it was a sign to me that guys were taking ownership of the group, the culture, how things would blend together, and that really was a turning point, I thought, for us that probably goes unnoticed.
And luckily for you, you have a lot of returning players. Do you think, you know, some of the culture from bus rides like that is going to carry over into this year?
Yeah, I think that stuff's contagious. You know, you got to have. We have 30 guys in our roster. You got to be rowing in the same direction. It is very difficult to get to that point, but we've gotten there, and now it's about sustaining it. So, you know, every day we're making a deposit into the things that it makes to keep that consistent and necessary, and you know, hopefully that continues to evolve.
Well, thank you so much, Coach. We've been speaking with head coach of the Arizona Wildcats, Coach Chad Berman. I'm Jackson Peters.
Your hometown hockey team, your Western Collegiate Hockey League champions, your Arizona Wildcats. Tickets for Arizona hockey are now on sale. Support your Wildcats as they battle ASU for another Cactus Cup championship and more at the Tucson Arena. Your hockey team, your Arizona Wildcats. Call 791-4101 for tickets now.
It's time for another Arizona Wildcat hockey, this or that.
Crosby or Ovechkin?
Oh, I'd have to go with Ovechkin because he is a pretty nasty one-timer. Yeah.
Mighty Ducks or Blades of Glory?
Blades of Glory. Yeah, Will Ferrell's hilarious.
Blondes or brunettes?
Brunettes. My girlfriend's a brunette, so I kind of have to go with that.
Friends or The Office?
Office, of course. Yeah.
Why?
It's just a classic. I've seen it probably rewatched it 4 or 5 times now. Yeah.
Marvel or DC?
Marvel, no doubt. Yeah.
Why?
Just better movies in general. Better movies, better quality of movies. Yeah.
Morning person or night person?
Definitely a night person. Yeah.
Why?
I struggle to get up in the morning sometimes. Yeah.
Fair.
That's my alarm box.
Boxers or commando?
Oh. See, I don't wear boxers, so this is a tough one. So, commando, yeah.
Why?
It's more freeing, more loose.
Set there, boys. All right. Backside set. All right, gentlemen, gear down. Good.
You walk into this building on an ASU night, I mean, it feels different. Everybody feels it, from the fans to, the media, down to the coaching staff. Beating these guys, a couple more times, I don't think that anything could really beat that.
And the Wildcats will secure the Cactus Cup.
There's a shot to goal. Arizona takes the lead.
That is all Jake Dickinson. He's wheeling and dealing. That's my player of the game, Tim. Easy.
Welcome back to the Tucson Arena, where the number 12 Arizona Wildcats enjoy a 5-0 lead over the Colorado Buffalo. I'm Timothy Gasson, joined with my broadcast partner, Jackson Peters. And Jackson Peters just recently spoke with Adam Trunco, number 91 of the Colorado Buffalo, about coming to the Tucson Arena and playing the Wildcats. Let's roll that interview now, and then we'll start the second period of play.
Hi, I'm Jackson Peters, and I'm joined here with Adam Trunco, forward for the University of Colorado Buffaloes. Now, Adam, you guys have a little, a record of 1-4, but, here with the Wildcats, we think you guys are a little bit better team, that you guys have had some real difficult competition. Yeah. How are you guys feeling about your season thus far?
I mean, we're not taking it to heart. Obviously, like you said, we've had a tough schedule so far. I mean, we played Minot, who's number 1, and a couple other hard teams. But we're in pretty young team here. We have a couple new coaches, so we're finding our identity here. And we have a great chemistry with the guys. There isn't really anyone who sticks out. Everyone's kind of a group, so it's something we can really build around and look forward to for the next couple of games.
And you talked about how you guys have a little bit of a young squad. What's it like for you and this young squad to come and play in this, big 7,000-seat arena here at the TCC?
I mean, it's awesome. It's a great venue, but we've all played in venues like this before, so it's nothing new to us. I mean, we can just come out here and hopefully get a win.
Well, thanks. We've been speaking with Adam Trunco, and we'll send it back to the booth.
Getting ready for the second period of play now here at the Tucson Arena between Arizona and Colorado. That was Adam Trunco, number 91 of the Buffalo. And I get the idea that he wouldn't be so friendly after this first period. If we did that interview, he might be a little bit upset with this 5-0 deficit for the Colorado Buffalo at the end of this first period. Now joined again by my broadcast partner, Jackson Peters, and I think you mentioned the exact kernel of this game, and that's the balanced scoring from Arizona. 5 goals in that first period. Ethan Stallhuth, Cameron Timor, Bailey Marshall, his brother Dawson Marshall, and Justin Blumhoff all scoring goals in that first period. And they looked impressive doing it.
Yeah, and Tim, that's something, you really have to be happy about, as a U of A Wildcat hockey fan. Getting 9 different guys to get points tonight, 5 different guys scoring goals just after the first period. That's a really good look at, what the secondary scoring is going to look like for this team this year. And we talked a little bit about, how there were some freshman additions to this team. And, both those guys that we mentioned, making some pretty good impact, especially Cameron Timor, who I'm really impressed by. Such a hard shot, such an excellent skater, and he really just surveys the ice and waits for the right play to happen.
You can't fake experience. Hockey players cannot fake experience, and you can tell that his junior experience has done well for Cameron Timor. As a freshman, he is ready to go at the ACHA level. I can't even imagine what a monster he could be by his senior year. I mean, we've seen many fine Wildcats develop over 2 or 3 years into really good college hockey players. We don't often see a freshman or someone who's being called a freshman, it is his first year here at the University of Arizona, have the kind of skill and just vision of the ice that Cameron Timor has.
Yeah, he just, he looks like that. He has, played in this league for a year. He has that experience. He has that confidence. And, he has that confidence as a defenseman to say, hey, you know what? I'll lead the rush. I'll take the puck and take the puck in the offensive zone. And, that's not something we usually see from freshman players.
Oh, yeah, he looks so confident. So Arizona with 19 shots on goal in that first period. Colorado with 7. And Grant Payne already is up to his goals against average for an entire game. That's 5. I wonder if the Buffalo will give some work to 1 or 2 of their other goaltenders to get them some of the experience here in this big arena.
Yeah, and it looks like Grant Payne will be getting the nod for the second period.
Oh.
It looks like he's a little upset. The ice crew hasn't quite got the netting on the pegs, and, like we said, there's little things like that throw off your ritual, throw off, your routine that really can kind of get inside of your head. And I think Tim, goalies are the biggest creatures of habit out there.
Well, and it's opening night for the ice crew as well here, as they're still working on the pegs.
Yeah,
in
and
front
Tim,
of the Colorado goaltender.
Yeah, and you'll have to, you mentioned it in the pregame show, Tim. This is new ice. This is, the ice, the first time the ice plant has been replaced here at the TCC. And, this is the first real test. There's going to be 5, real games on this ice this weekend. And, that's some of the first experience, this ice crew's going to have to get a hand on the ice, see how it handles, and, see if it's too soft, too hard, and make those adjustments based on what players are saying.
Well, and remember, Cats fans, 2 more Wildcat games in this homestand. Tomorrow and Saturday, those are 1 p.m. puck drops against Colorado State. Our broadcast will start approximately 12:45 both days. That's Arizona and Colorado State. Colorado State off to a pretty good start for the season. Always a challenge for Arizona as well. And if you're a U of A student, just show your CAT card and get in free. Bring your friends and see the Arizona Wildcats take on Colorado State as we get ready for the second period of play. Okay, Jackson, you're the Arizona coach, and you're in the locker room after 1 period with a 5-goal lead. What do you say to your boys?
Tim, I think Coach Berman's definitely had some difficult intermission talks, but I think that one was, maybe one of his easier ones. I'm sure he walked in there and said, hey, guys, don't change a thing. Keep doing what you're doing and just clean up the little things. Let's use this as an opportunity to build on, what we're trying to do. Show that we are a team that's ready to compete for a national tournament.
Well, Arizona had not been scoring the amount of goals that they've used to until this game. So they had a good offensive output in their last game at University of Central Oklahoma. But here they are at home in the first period with a 5-goal lead as we're underway in the second period of play. Okay, you're now the head coach, Brent Toller, in the Colorado locker room. What do you say to your boys?
I mean, where do you start, Tim? I mean, a lot of defensive breakdowns, leaving their goalie, out to dry, letting the U of A get second, third, fourth chances. They've got to clean that up. But I think if you're the Colorado coach, you just got to start with 1. That's all you need is 1 goal. You can worry about it after. Got to start with 1.
This game could get a little testy there. Dawson Marshall, they're just tangling with the goaltender a little bit. And if I were Grant Payne, I think I'd be a little testy. You got to get people away from you. There are too many loose pucks around you. And they have been ending up in the goal with the red light behind you. Arizona with the 5-goal lead at the beginning of the second period. Now, you can see how with the 2-goal lead, sometimes a team can get a little lazy or complacent. A 5-goal lead, I mean, if you're an 18, 19, 20-year-old hockey player, isn't it only human nature to think, well, we have this one won, this one's already in the books as a win? How do you battle that?
Yeah, and that's really going to be a test of the integrity of these players. Can they hold on to a 5-goal lead? We've seen the Cats over the past 2 years really blow some leads, and there's another goal by Anthony Cusinelli.
A backhander by Anthony Cusinelli. Just a little lazy in their own end as the puck finds its way to Anthony Cusinelli's stick, and he just sends that home. I gotta believe maybe there's gonna be a goaltender change here because Grant Payne is not happy with himself at all over that one.
No, he's not. He's gotta have that one. And if you look over to the Colorado bench, it doesn't look like their backup goaltender. I believe that's Ravi Khatri who's sitting on the bench. It doesn't look like he's going anywhere. So I think Grant Payne's going to have to sit in goal and kind of stick this one out.
Early into the second, Arizona now with a 6-0 lead.
Arizona Wildcat goal. Give it to number 15, Anthony Cusinelli. The assist goes to number 11, Bailey Marshall. That's Cusinelli from Marshall. Time of your Wildcat goal, 1 minute 35 seconds in the second period.
He shoots, he scores. Anthony Cusinelli, of course, the stellar U of A captain who was selected by Team USA, represented the United States and the University of Arizona at the World University Games last spring, an ACHA All-Star, a WCHL All-Star, and one of the nicest young men you could ever get to know. Anthony Cusinelli is, if you could have an entire team of Anthony Cusinellis, you're going to win a lot of championships.
Yeah, you are. He's one of those guys that, not only can put the puck in the net, but he's just such a natural leader, really gets the guys around him to, give that 110% effort the same way he does.
Yeah, he's a very quiet leader. He's not the guy who stands up in the locker room and has to say anything. He's one of those, my habits are my leadership, what I do, how hard I work. He's one of those guys. You need to have some vocal guys, too, in the room. You need a combination of that. Boy, but Anthony Cusinelli, as the puck comes out to Manny Rowe, a big shot. There's a deflection to wide of the net. Manny Rowe has been very careful so far this season. He's now a senior, and sometimes he would jump up in plays, and sometimes his instincts were a little off with the puck, and he's playing a much steadier game now.
Yeah, he is, and we've really seen him grow, really get comfortable with the puck, and I'm really excited to see if he can grow even more in that aspect as the year goes on.
Well, and if you watched our Wildcat Hockey Report in between the first and second, you know that Manny Rowe is named after Mannix, and here's a breakaway for the Cats. Coming in, there's a shot and a good save, but a big rebound given up. It almost comes out right in front. Here's a trip in front as Ethan Stalhuth with another poke at it. Check that, Justin Plumhoff. 19. Stalhuth is 18. Sometimes when that jersey gets crinkled up, they look like the same number. Another great opportunity for Arizona there.
Yeah, the Buffaloes looking like they're just getting flat-footed, just kind of watching Arizona move the puck around them, and I think Arizona's really using that speed.
Yeah, the Buffs look tired. This is the first game of a road trip. Of course, they're going to have, and there's a little cross-check on Josh Larson there, and he just skates away. Good discipline there by Josh Larson after the whistle there, just to skate away. Discipline's going to come in here now with almost 2/3 of a game left, and this game already a little bit out of hand, 6 to nothing. My apologies, I didn't mean to make it any more than it is. Just 6 to nothing, Arizona over Colorado. But it's going to take some discipline by both of these squads now to keep their composure and keep focused on playing hockey.
This is where the true character of each team will really be revealed. How did this Colorado team respond, and how does this Arizona team respond?
Coley Olsen makes a really nice save there. Boy, he was being hooked all the way, and he takes a couple shots behind the play. You got to be careful, because often that's what gets called as the penalty instead of the stuff that was coming on you going up the ice. As the puck comes into Anthony Sherrow, and he makes the save. I think there's going to be a lot of that kind of stuff, a lot of poking and grabbing, and which team has the discipline to skate away from that stuff?
Yeah, and Tim, I think a lot of that has to do with how quickly Arizona is starting to, push the pace here. They don't want this game to slow down. They want that clock to keep running. They want the pace to keep running.
Coley Olsen with the puck, but a good deflection. Comes right back to Olsen. Sends it over to Kyle Wade behind the net. Looking for someone in front. He gets muscled off the puck, and the The Buffs come up ice. Keegan Davis with it. Up the near side over the blue line. Tries to thread it through, but a good defensive effort there by Ben Jones for Arizona. He was one of those talented freshmen last year on the blue line. Arizona accumulating some really good talent on the blue line, some really talented defensemen who can move the puck.
Yeah, and right as you said it, Ben Jones makes a nice play off the wall and gets the puck out of the zone. There wasn't an open pass, so he said, hey, I at least got to get it out, and he did just that.
5 minutes into this first period, and we got an icing on Colorado. Will come all the way down back in front of Grant Payne. 6-0, but he hasn't had a lot of help from his defensemen or forwards in front of him clearing pucks.
No, he hasn't, Tim. A lot of that's been, Colorado players just kind of standing around watching Arizona move the puck, letting them get those second and third and even fourth opportunities. If they want a chance to climb their way back into this game, they have got to clean up the play in front of their own net.
Well, I still believe that they're a much better hockey team than they're showing here right now, and I'm going to put on my Kreskin prediction, and they're going to get a good night's sleep, and they're going to play 2 great games at Arizona State in Tempe, because remember, this is just the first of 3 games for them as the puck comes in on Payne, and he loses it again. He was not able to find that puck and tie it up. That's turned into second and third chances for Arizona. As Anthony Cusinelli sends another wicked backhander in that deflects off the glove of Payne. He's seeing the puck, but he's not stopping the puck very well as it bounces off of him into the near side. Ooh, there's a hit from behind on Bailey Marshall. Nothing called. We got to watch now as the puck comes out to the blue line, gets deflected out of play. That was Christopher Hedgecock, one of the other freshmen there that we're talking about. Oh, and here comes a hit from behind at the blue line. Here's some of the nasty stuff that can happen when a game starts to get out of the line, or out of reach rather.
And it looks like it was number 15, Anthony Cusinelli, that started that.
Well, he might be sticking up for his line mate Bailey Marshall there, who took a hit from behind on that shift.
Yeah, and I think that's just a display of, this is a team that really likes each other, Tim. I mean, you see it especially with guys like Cusinelli and Marshall. These guys care about each other. They stand up for each other. And I think you're right there, Tim. Cusinelli does the right thing, stands up for his boy, and makes the play.
So nothing called. We'll have a face-off back in the Arizona zone 6 minutes into this second period. Arizona leads 6-0 over Colorado. We didn't know what to expect from tonight's game, but I don't think either one of us thought that early into the second period Arizona would have a 6-goal lead.
No, especially it took a couple minutes for Arizona to even get a good scoring chance going.
Alex Johansson. Johansson comes in, backhander. He's tripped. No call. Play continues on. I don't know why that wouldn't be called. He has the puck, and he's taken down in front of the net, except perhaps it's a 6-0 game. But Johansson, another one of those freshmen, showing a good burst. Head up, puck on his stick, and he just kept going toward the goaltender.
Yeah, he did, and I think he actually tripped over the goaltender. I think that might have been why it was a no call, but such an excellent play by him to, charge the net, hold on to the puck, and get a pretty decent play out of it.
Notice how much we're calling the newcomers in this game. Jackson, there's Timur behind the net with the puck, one of the newcomers. I think it's amazing how much ice time these new players are getting for Arizona and just how well they're performing.
Mm-hmm. And such a veteran play right there by Cameron Timur. He just held the puck behind the net and waited for a Colorado Buffalo to make him move. And then the next thing you know, he's got the puck 2 or 3 strides, he's up the ice, makes the play, and the Cats are back in the offensive zone.
Visit our official website at ArizonaWildcatHockey.org for the team roster, home and away game schedule, and much more. That's ArizonaWildcatHockey.org. 7:20 into this second period. Arizona with a commanding 6-0 lead as they win the faceoff in their own end. And we've got a whistle, and here we're going to have someone go to the box, I think. Well, I thought it had that feeling. But no, we're just going to have a face-off outside the blue line. Josh Larson watches. As Keegan Davis takes it for Colorado. and it comes into the Arizona zone. There's a shot and a big rebound. The shot goes wide. Now there's the Arizona defenseman letting the Buffalo get in way too close, get a rebound that Anthony Shuro was not able to keep together. There's a backhand shot. There's a shot that bounces off of Payne. Once again, he sees the shot and he makes the save, but the puck is loose. Now it's opening up a little bit here, I think, as a big hip check. Talk about the throwback jerseys for Arizona. That was a beautiful hip check there by Josh Larson. That does my heart proud to see the good old hip check. It's Anthony Shuro's in good position to make that pad save. But the Buffs keep it in. Keegan Davis again with the puck. What a nice big hit by Josh Larson. He's showing that he's not afraid of getting hurt again, coming off of an injury, throwing his hips around.
Yeah, a lot of times when a player like that is coming back from an injury, you kind of see them step away from the physical play, but not Josh Larson. He's going headfirst into it.
Play opening up here a little bit. There's going to be more opportunities here, it seems, for Colorado, as they seems to have gotten a little bit more of their legs as the puck is right in the crease and Arizona gets it out. You know, it could be that they're getting their legs a little bit here after coming on the road and playing a period of hockey. More like I would have expected them to play. And as I said, it's a short trip up to Tempe, just a couple hours, and then 2 games for them to play against Arizona State. And I expect really competitive games out of Colorado against Arizona State.
Yeah, I do too, Tim, especially, you know, after that long road trip, like you said, quick 2-hour zip up to Tempe, and they get a good night's rest. And, you know, I would expect them to, you know, come out with a lot more energy than they did today in the first period.
Well, the great thing about these series that are games that are one after another is if you have a bad first game, you're really upset. And you have an instant chance at redemption. You get to get back on the ice 24 hours later, or sometimes even less, you know, if you have these afternoon games, and get right back at it and show that you're a good hockey team. That's why if this stays like it is and Arizona comes away with a victory with a few more goals than Colorado, I got to think that ASU is really going to get a big shot from Colorado tomorrow.
Yeah, this team is going to be feeling real hot. They're not going to be happy about tonight, you know, whatsoever, unless they can start doing at least a couple positive things. But right now, they don't have much to be happy about, and I expect them to, you know, be really aware of that.
Cusinelli sends the puck behind to Wade. Max Meyer comes away with it. Boy, the Cats cycling well there with the puck. Colorado really not challenging. Cusinelli able to turn around in the slot with the puck, maintain possession of the puck. That's not marking your man very close when you have one of the most valuable players, and he's able to actually pivot in the slot with the puck. But Colorado comes back the other way. There's a collision, no call. That's a good no call, and play continues on. Here comes Cusinelli with the puck. At the blue line, 1-on-2. Takes a shot that goes wide. He's got to be near the end of his shift here, I would think. As play continues on, he has skated hard on this shift back and forth, too. More than halfway home here in the second period. We're halfway through the game. Arizona 6, Colorado nothing. So they get a shot that's blocked out near the circle. Ooh, that one's stinging a little bit. Puck comes down low, and that went off of Anthony Cusinelli. He's trying to skate it off. Shuro didn't see that puck, but luckily it went wide. Colorado trying to, and there's another hard shot that goes just wide. Shuro finds it and freezes it. A cool customer there, but Colorado is getting more opportunities now.
Yeah, they are. I mean, they're at least getting the puck to the net. They're making Anthony Shuro, you know, make a save, make the freeze. And, you know, if I'm Coach Brent Toller of the University of Colorado Buffalo, I have to be a little bit happier with how this second period's going. You know, you're at least getting shots on goal. You're getting scoring chances. And, you know, that's where you got to start, and you can build up from there.
Face off to the right of Anthony Shuro, won by the Cats. Manny Rowe with the puck behind the net up to Dawson Marshall up the near side. They do get it outside the blue line, and here's Dawson Marshall with the puck. Sends it wide just over the stick of a Cat. Colorado comes back the other way. Cat's good at poking it away. Nice little move there by Alex Johansson again, that freshman. Did you see that eye-hand coordination there as he picked that puck out from his skates and kicked it forward and kept going forward? That's a skill play by another one of our newcomers, Alex Johansson.
Absolutely filthy, Tim.
Oh, there's a shot right down the slot. A puck comes to Cameron Timor cruising down the slot, and he buries this. Oh man, he just completely blanked Grant Payne on that. Cruising down the crease. And that's the second goal for Timor. And here comes the goaltender change.
Yeah, and I think you have to do something there, Tim, as Coach Brent Toller of the Buffalo. You have to try something. You have to show your players that you're not giving up on this game. So I think to make the goaltender change there is the right play. But Cameron Timor again with the cannon. The kid can just absolutely rip the puck, Tim.
Cruising down the slide. His eyes must have been big like saucers to see that goal in front of him and just cruising down the slot with the puck. And he filled that net up. He shoots, he scores.
Goal, and it's his second one of the night for number 9, Cameron Timor. The assist goes to number 10, Dawson Marshall, and number 28, Alex Johansson. That's Timor from Marshall and Johansson. Time of your Wildcat goal, 11 minutes, 33 seconds in the second period.
He shoots, he scores. Arizona now with a 7-0 lead over the Colorado Buffalo. And you want to talk about freshman orientation. The Arizona Wildcats know where the net is. The new freshmen on campus for Arizona, they have found the campus map. They know where the net is. They know where that red light is behind the net. As there's a shot that pinballs off of Anthony Shiro.
Christopher Hedgecock really getting sent down to the floor, but makes the play first. A real nice effort by the freshman, take the hit to make the play.
Play continues on, and we have changed goaltenders. It's Ravi Khatri in for Colorado, number 1. A sophomore. He hasn't played this season.
Buffalo's number 49, Trip Hutchinson.
Did I swear that's a 1. Does that look like a 1 to you?
Yes, it does, Tim.
It's Josh Larson in on the breakaway, and a nice save there by Khatri. Boy, Josh Larson would have loved to signal his return to the lineups with the goal. Ravi Khatri, the sophomore, has not played this year. 5'7", and listed at 140 pounds. I think maybe when I was a sophomore in college, one of my feet weighed more than 140 pounds. Jackson, that's not a very large goaltender is what I'm getting at.
No, he's not, especially when you look at Grant Payne, who's 6'1", 180, or you take a look over at Nolan Bavalsik, who's 6'2", 185 for the Cats. I mean, in today's world of hockey, you've got to be a big boy to play goal.
Well, and Anthony Shiro, the Arizona goaltender, star goaltender, isn't very tall. He's 5'10", but he's a very muscular 200 pounds as the puck comes right in. And a big goal by Ethan Stalhuth. He winds up, he shoots, he scores. Ethan Stalhuth with the cannon. The puck just came to him in the far dot. Oh, and he went wide side.
What an absolute ripper, Tim. I'm not sure if Coach Berman's been preaching the backhand, the slap shot, or what, Tim, but we're seeing a lot of variety, in the shot selection of the Wildcats here tonight, which, isn't something we've seen a lot of. Usually they're looking for the pretty tic-tac-toe goal, but here tonight, Tim, they're really just firing the puck at the net, and good things are happening.
That's the second goal for Ethan Stalhuth. Boy, the puck just bounced to him. He wound up on that, and he went far side on Ravi Khatri, and he filled the net up. He shoots, he scores. Arizona 8-0 now, 5:51 to go in the second period. And I think this is a good move by Brent Toller of Colorado. I'm going to guess that he's the one who took the timeout here to get his team together and have them play how they want to play for the remainder of this game. Because, you learn in wins or losses, you learn how to play your next game. It's so important to have good habits. And yeah, you're down 8-0, but if they're going to become a better hockey team, if they're going to win at Arizona State, they need to get better right now. When you're 18, 19, 20 years old and you're down 8-0, that can be a hard thing to understand. But a good coach takes a time out there and resets things for his players.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a lot of hockey left in this game, but, being down 8-0, you got to learn something. You got to do something.
Second one of the night for number 18, Ethan Stalhuth. The assist goes to number 19, Justin Plumhoff, and number 20, Manny Rowe. That's Stallhuth from Plumhoff and Rowe. Time of your Wildcat goal, 14 minutes, 9 seconds in the second period.
He shoots, he scores. Arizona 8, Colorado nothing. This is, we were wondering when Arizona's offense was going to wake up this season, and I thought it would happen after a couple weeks when they finally had some more practice and skating time, and just really, the timing, the offensive timing is always the last thing to come to a hockey team in a new season, and this has got to do a lot to boost their confidence as Colorado State comes to town tomorrow. So Kyle Wade is in the box for Arizona now, a 2-minute minor, and Colorado goes on the power play, and they need something positive to help them get through the rest of this game, Jackson.
Yeah, this is an opportunity for them to, at least get a couple good scoring chances. Maybe they'll be able to, get a couple good shots on net, but turning over in your zone on the power play, that's not a good place to start. They got to get the puck moving.
So Colorado on the power play over the blue line. Over to Keegan Davis, right in the slot, but that's blocked. Joseph Kinsella tried to thread it down low. And the Cats dig for it in the near side corner. Are they able to get to it? Are they able to get it out to the blue line? Not quite. Good job by Colorado keeping it in. And there's a backhander that I'm not quite sure how that deflected. That may have gone behind Anthony Sherrill, but it didn't go in the net. There's a nice setup there to Duncan McIntosh. And he gets a nice shot on goal, but Sherrill makes the save. Down to the last 50 seconds of the power play. Colorado doing a good job moving the puck around and getting some pressure on. But here's Chris Westland with the puck. He's just going to relieve the pressure and send it down the ice, where Kotry leaves it. And the Buffs head back up ice, 30 seconds to go on their power play, but they almost give the puck away right in the middle of their goaltender. That's Ben Jacoby with the puck. Coming over the Arizona blue line. 18 seconds to go on the power play, and Arizona's able to get it out. Is this going to be a break for the Cats? Coming up the ice, that's Max Meyer. And that shot is a shot, and it's in the goal. That puck is in the net. It's a short-handed goal, 10 seconds to go on the power play. And a wicked shot by Max Meyer. And Meyer gets on the score sheet. I just don't know what to say, Jackson.
Yeah, I know. I'm almost running out of room on my score sheet, Tim, keeping track of all these goals. But Max Meyer there, really just not giving up on the play, turns on the Jets, goes after the puck and, gets a real nice shot on net, doesn't give up on the play, and ends up scoring.
Well, that's one thing we hadn't had for Arizona, a shorthanded goal. Now stick around, Cat fans. In between the second and third period, we will have more videos about Arizona Wildcat hockey and another interview with the Wildcat player that will grab here at the end of the second period as he leaves the ice, and we'll play that video interview back for you before the start of the third period. That's between the second and third period of Arizona Wildcat hockey.
Goal, and it's a hat trick for number 18, Ethan Stallhuth. That's Stallhuth unassisted. Time of your Wildcats shorthanded goal, 16 minutes, 14 seconds in the second period.
Okay, they're giving that goal to Ethan Stallhuth, but I swear it was number 27, Max Meyer, who scored that goal. Was there a deflection and another shot that I didn't see?
Might have been, Tim. It might have bounced off of Stallhuth and in. I'm not totally sure.
I still think that that's Max Meyer's goal, but we'll check that between the second and third period. .303 to go in this second period. Arizona up 9-0 now. They had a 5-goal lead after the first period. They've almost doubled that up now here in the second. That power play is over, and all it did was help Arizona with a short-handed goal for their 9-0 lead. We've had we've had teams come to the Tucson Arena and get blown out by Arizona, but not with the talent that Colorado has.
No, this is a really interesting situation, Tim. I mean, usually when this happens, it's against teams that, are in different levels of the ACHA.
Right, exactly right.
To do this against another Division I opponent, a solid one that the Cats tend to have really good games against, especially over the past couple years, a WCHL rival for sure. I'm just finding it real hard to believe that the Cats, even with all their speed, even with all their talent, able to get 9 goals, I think is a really strong sign of things to come here, Tim.
Well, and you got to believe it's going to be a really tough game in Colorado when Arizona goes there. These college hockey players play with a lot of pride, and you get back on your home ice, and they're going to make sure that this doesn't, that there isn't a repeat of this kind of game. I got to believe that would be a very tough game for the Arizona Wildcats on the road. It's just so difficult in college hockey to play on the road, first of all. There is a real home ice advantage. And I got to believe that however this turns out, that would be a tough game. And the great news for Colorado is they could just reset everything, and they have 2 games against Arizona State to make it a successful road trip. So they have to be building toward that. Now on the Arizona side, they have Colorado State coming in tomorrow. They got to play good, sound hockey. Every game is not going to go their way and be easy like this. They have to get better at the things that they have problems with, as number 12, Cole Mackey, goes to the box for Colorado. 2:22 to go in the second period. So Justin Peters is going to head on down to ice level and talk to a Wildcat as he comes off the ice after the second period.
Mackey, 2 minutes for slashing. Time of that penalty, 17 minutes, 38 seconds in the second period. And it gives your Wildcats a power play.
So that power play will happen completely in the second period with 2:13 to go in the period. Remember, stick around, Wildcat fans, for more about Arizona Wildcat hockey in between the second and third period, and then an interview with a Wildcat player before the start of the third period. Arizona Hockey Media is hard at work for you. See our home game broadcast simulcast at youtube.com/UA Hockey and at facebook.com/Arizona Hockey. And remember, Wilbur the Wildcat wants you to bear down. We hope if you're watching now, you know that if you're on Facebook, you can go over and see the full 1080 HD broadcast at YouTube. If you're over at YouTube and you want to go mobile and watch on your Facebook on your device, you can see us there as well. We simulcast on both. That's another new feature we have going for Wildcat hockey this year. We hope that we can reach more Wildcat fans, and also the visiting fans and their families and players can enjoy our broadcasts as well. We're proud to bring you University of Arizona Wildcat hockey and the Western Collegiate Hockey League as Arizona continues on. Anthony Cusinelli with the puck on his stick. He gets it right into the slot, but can't get his stick on it. Last minute of the play to go in the second period. Arizona 9, Colorado nothing. I have running out of words of what to say because this is a complete surprise. Such domination by Arizona as the puck goes right into the slot. Pinballs around. Oh, there was an open net, but no stick to find the puck for the Arizona Wildcats, and it's just sent down the ice. That'll do it for the power play. About 10 seconds to go as Matthew Hull picks up the puck for Arizona behind Anthony Shiro. Cats head up ice. The last couple seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1 of the power play. We're back at even strength as Arizona comes over the line. Some good speed there for the Cats as he's taken down with the puck. And Cole Mackey comes back the other way. That was Jesse Lowell, one of the other new Wildcats, taken down with the puck. But boy, he showed some good skill going up ice with the puck. Last 1 second of the period, and that's it. At the end of 2 periods of play, the Arizona Wildcats with more than a commanding.
The Buffaloes with 9. The Wildcats with 19. The score after 2.
With more than a commanding lead of 9-0. Arizona with 19 shots on goal in that second period. Colorado with 9. Well, I got to believe one of the first things that Brent Toller, the Colorado head coach, is going to be saying to his squad is you got to get the puck on net more. Just 16 shots on goal through 2 periods of play. Arizona with 38 shots on goal through 2 periods of play. That's turned into 9 goals for the Arizona Wildcats. So stick around, Wildcat fans. Right now, we're going to show you some of the highlights about Arizona hockey and more features about University of Arizona hockey. You are watching University of Arizona Wildcats hockey.
Crosby or Ovechkin?
Probably gonna have to go Crosby.
Why?
I mean, he's literally like the champion of everything. He's won everything. He's got gold. He's got Stanley Cup, Hart, everything.
Mighty Ducks or Blades of Glory?
Ooh, can't go wrong with Will Ferrell. I'm gonna have to go Blades of Glory for sure.
Dogs or cats?
Dogs. I like dogs a little better. Bigger size, everything. I don't know.
Boxers or Commando?
I like to wear Lulus a lot, so definitely Commando.
Oh, wow. Okay. Why?
They got like the liners and stuff inside, so it's comfy. Might as well.
Blondes or brunettes?
I'm a brunette, so I like brunette.
Okay. USA or Canada?
Canada.
Why?
I'm Canadian.
Where in Canada are you from?
Victoria, BC.
Okay.
So we go Canada.
Bench or penalty box?
Bench.
Why?
Usually penalty means you did something bad, so.
Your hockey team. Your Arizona Wildcats. Call 791-4101 for tickets now.
There is no doubt that number 16, Kelly Walker, is the best of the best. Kelly, when I think of you, I think of the love and the commitment and the greatness you achieved here, right on this ice. Kelly and his teammates were 24-0 versus ASU over that 4-year stretch. Please direct your attention to the south end of the Tucson Arena as we now reveal the banner honoring Kelly Walker. Please welcome back to the ice of the Tucson Arena, number 16, Kelly Walker.
You guys have a chance to show this town college hockey at the greatest level that you guys play. So I'm just extremely humbled to be here, to be in front of you guys, and to be in front of this whole great arena. And it's a very emotional moment for me. I'd like to thank my girlfriend, Andrea. I'd like to thank my line mates, Corey, Johnny, Johnny Wags, Goltzy, Danny Anderson, certainly Tommy Smith. I want to mention thanks to the great presentation that Tim did for me today. I want to thank Coach Burns. I want to make special recognition to Shane Faucell. And I also like to take recognition for every other player who has played here at the University of Arizona, who's proud to have played for the University of Arizona, and who continues to support this great program going forward and in the future. So guys, thank you so much for the tribute. Thanks for the support. Love you guys. Thank you very much.
Stay right there. We're perfect. We're perfect. Kairos, stay on first, guys. Good work. For the camera.
16.
Longtime Arizona hockey fans might remember that I was the media director for the team for the first time in the late 1990s, and I found a recruiting video that I made for the team in the year 2000. Now, in the 1980s and 1990s, as college hockey got more popular, it was common for colleges to put the word ice in front of their nickname. So Arizona State were the Ice Devils, and Arizona were the Ice Cats, and that's the name that you'll see in this recruiting video, which was made a full 10 years before Arizona adopted their regular Wildcat nickname. So let's get in the time machine and go back to the year 2000 and see this Arizona hockey recruiting video.
Located in central Tucson on 352 acres, the University of Arizona is one of the top-ranked universities in the nation. Surrounded by soaring mountains in the Sonoran Desert, the campus boasts lush lawns, palm trees, and more than 300 days of sunshine each year. More than 35,000 undergraduate and graduate students attend the U of A, coming from all 50 states and more than 100 foreign countries. Arizona also has one of the most successful collegiate men's ice hockey programs in the United States, the Arizona Ice Cats.
It's a new season, a new century. But you still can't beat this cat. It's the 21st season of Arizona Ice Cat College Hockey. 18 home games at the TCC with 4 matchups against arch rival ASU.
The Arizona Ice Cats compete in Division I of the American Collegiate Hockey Association, the ACHA. All home games are played in the 7,000-seat Tucson Convention Center near the U of A campus. More than 1 million fans have packed the TCC over the years to watch Arizona Ice Cat hockey. That's an average of 5,000 fans a game, making the Ice Cats one of the top 5 draws in the U.S. for collegiate hockey at any level.
Paul, for those who haven't seen what it's like to have 7,000 people at the Tucson Convention Center to cheer for the Arizona Ice Cats against a team like arch rival ASU, for instance, can you tell them what kind of madhouse it is to see the Ice Cats play in front of 7,000 home fans?
Well, it's dubbed the Madhouse on Main Street here at the TCC, and when you come in, even if you come in for a game where we'll play a St. Louis University or something, you know, that's not a big rival of ours, we're still going to have 4,000, 5,000 people in the stands, you know, screaming your name. You get to see signs with your name on it. It's uncomparable to anything I've ever had before I got here. The biggest crowd I ever played in front of was maybe 400 or 500 people in high school, a big high school rivalry.
I'm sure you were told there were 6,000 or 7,000 people for some of the games here at Arizona, but were you still surprised when you walked out onto the ice the first time in front of that many people?
Oh, for sure. I mean, it's one thing being able to sit in the stands with the 6,000 people and watching, you know, the team play. It's one thing. Another thing, step on the ice in front of that many people, and it's just nuts. It's you know, the crowd's screaming. You know, you're the home team, and you know, you got your arch rival ASU down there, and just be able to play in front of that crowd, it's pretty nerve-wracking your first time out.
It is the most exciting feeling there is against Arizona State to score a big goal. I can't explain it. You get jumped on by your players. I mean, 7,000 fans cheering for you. It was a great experience. It happened to me last year twice, 2 games in a row, and it was just the greatest feeling of the year by far.
In this ACHA, you've got Penn State, Ohio State, Michigan, Dearborn, on and on, Iowa State. I mean, we're talking about some of the biggest hockey colleges in the country, which we play. We have a graduation rate that is far better than any other sport on the University of Arizona campus. And needless to say, they got to be an excellent hockey player. We have young men that comes out of junior A's. We've had some that come down from Division I, quote-unquote big schools, which we play anyway, but they much play here in front of 6,800 people than play in front of 1,000. There is, I guarantee you, not a fan in the country that matches our fans when it comes to making noise, bar no place in the country.
Founded in 1979, the Ice Cats' numbers are staggering. More than 400 wins, a record 18 consecutive national tournament appearances, 8 Final Four appearances, and the 1985 National Collegiate Club Championship.
Mark, talk about the travel that this team takes, because many teams will play just their closest neighbors, but the Arizona Ice Cats fly all over the country to play games. Talk about the opportunities you have to play the best teams in the country.
We go on road trips all the time during the year. I mean, a lot of fun. We go all to Penn State. make it down to Chicago, out in the Midwest, California. We travel all over. We just get to play the best competition.
Are you glad you came to Tucson, Arizona, attend the University of Arizona, and play for the Arizona Ice Cats?
Oh, definitely. It's one of the best decisions I've ever made. You get to wear sandals and shorts to the rink every day and have fun playing hockey, and the school itself's a great school to go to.
Here's Bailey Marshall, the star from Central Oklahoma. Back to Cusinelli, the all-everything star for Arizona. Down to Chris Westland, who sends it in on goal. That's a good idea. That's right in the slot. And it's a goal for Arizona! I think that's Bailey Marshall. Bailey Marshall, who already had a couple goals last week for Arizona. And that's a big one for the Arizona Wildcats. They even this at 1-1 in the second period. It could go in the period. There's a high hard shot, but just kind of sitting around in the crease. Where's it? It's in the net. That's a goal! Arizona scores the first goal! As the Cats go on the man advantage. Get the puck up behind the blue line. Down low to Cusinelli. Shoot the puck, Anthony. He does. That's a beautiful shot. Shoot the puck. Anthony Cusinelli. Score the goal. Anthony Cusinelli. Arizona takes a 3-0 lead. Wow!
That's an excellent look by Cusinelli. You saw him look for the pass first, but then he was aware. He had a clear shooting lane, and he took it, and he's one of those guys that can put it just where he wants it.
Anthony Cusinelli turns with it. Oh, naked shot. It gets tipped in. Anthony Cusinelli just threw it towards the net, and I think Bailey Marshall may have tipped that one in. Up the near side boards. Cats come away with it. Justin Plummer the goal. I'm not sure if that's Justin Plummer's goal.
I think that might have been Trey Decker. I'm not quite sure, but
I think Decker just threw that in front and it bounced in. There's a nice possession of the puck. That can't happen. Cats come over the blue line. And they shoot, they score! They shoot, they score! Arizona scores! And that puck was given up. We talked about mistakes. Wow, what a mistake right in front of Joshua George. Anthony Cusinelli had a good shot there, but George saw it and made the save. You know, Anthony Cusinelli, I think, just needs to shoot the puck a little bit more like he did there. He switches now to the center of the ice. Take the shot, Anthony. And he shoots, he scores! Anthony Cusinelli! He shoots, he scores!
Great puck movement there by the Wildcats on the power play up top.
Welcome back to the Tucson Arena, where the Arizona Wildcats lead Colorado by a score of 9-0 after 2 periods of play. And we have an interview with Wildcat player Manny Rowe, who you saw in the Wildcat Hockey Report earlier, whose first name is actually Mannix from the 1970s detective show Mannix. And he talked with Jackson Peters about that period of play. So let's roll that video with Manny Rowe.
Hi, I'm Jackson Peters, and I'm joined here by senior defenseman of the Arizona Wildcats, Manny Rowe. Now, Manny, after 2 periods, you and your squad are defeating the Buffalo by a score of 9-0. But a lot of secondary scoring here, a lot of effort from the freshmen. Can you talk a little bit about how that's pushing your squad forward?
Yeah, absolutely. It's nice to see the youth doing a lot of the work, the freshmen, sophomore. So the old guys will get a little more legs, and we're doing great, crashing the net and getting pucks deep.
Well, thank you so much, Manny. We've been speaking with Manny Rowe. We'll send it back to the booth with Tim Gasson.
Manny Rowe, always with good information about Arizona hockey, one of the most colorful players on the Wildcat squad. And he has a lot of help on the blue line this year. As we mentioned, Cameron Timor already with 2 goals here tonight. One of the newcomers on defense. And I'm joined back in the booth now with Jackson Peters, who ran down to ice level to get that interview and brought it back to us here in the booth. And as we prepare for the third period of play, Jackson, what the heck do you say to your hockey team if you're in either locker room this time?
I mean, if you're Coach Berman here, I mean, you got to keep pushing here. You got to remember, Tim, that, you know, goal differential at the end of the season can be a huge factor in determining, you know, where you fall in the standings, especially in the WCHL rankings. So, I mean, there's no reason to stop. I think you try and keep scoring as many goals as you can. You have the opportunity to. But on the other hand, if you're the University of Colorado, you have got to find something good to be happy about here. You've got to find something, you know, say, hey, at least we did this right. And honestly, Tim, I don't know if they can say that yet. They've, you know, given up the power play goal. They've got to find something. They've got to do something here.
Well, I just received a text from U of A's goaltending coach, Sean Fossell, who says to me, 9-0 is the most dangerous lead in hockey. Taking me to task for my, or you to task perhaps for your 2-0.
I guess so, yeah. I think that's a shot at me.
Your 2-goal lead is the most dangerous lead. 9-0 is the most dangerous lead in hockey.
And that's a classic Coach Shane Fossell for you.
Well, I'm sure he's very happy at the performance of his protege, Anthony Sherrow, in goal for Arizona.
Yeah, I mean, you know, as the goaltender coach, I mean, you can't be much happier than what Anthony Sherrow's done here. He's really, you know, taken control of the pace in his own end. You know, he's found the puck, he's covered it up, and he's made some really, really nice saves here tonight so far, Tim.
Well, one of the remaining mysteries for this game, I guess, Jackson, is can he secure that no goals against game? Notice I didn't use the word. I did not use the word to jinx Anthony Sherrow. Perhaps after the game, if he has no goals against, we'll use that word, and that'll be okay. That's one of the few things, I guess, that's a mystery for this game. Can Arizona keep Colorado scoreless?
Yeah, and I think the big thing here is they just need to keep out shooting them here. I mean, they outshot them. You know, I believe that you have 19 for the U of A last period and 9 for the University of Colorado. And again, 19 in the first period. So, I mean, 38 shots between 2 periods for the Cats, just 16 for Colorado. I mean, I think that's really the story of this game is the U of A's offensive pressure. They just have not let up at all.
And Ravi Khatri will remain in goal for the Colorado Buffalo. You know, this can be really good experience for a goaltender. Even, you know, you're really going to test your focus in a game like this, and the focus of your players in front of you, of course. But I think sometimes we don't give enough attention to the time you get to play. Even if you're not going to win a game, it's good experience for Ravi Khatri to be in live action.
Yeah, especially when you consider, you know, this is his first time in a game this year. I think this is a, you know, this is a big moment for him. He's trying to prove himself, earn, you know, maybe a little more starting time, you know, from his coach. And I think, you know, if you're Ravi Khatri, you know, you gotta hope that the guys in front of you are still playing for you. You've got a lot to prove here.
So we're ready for the third period of play. Arizona up 9-0. The puck is down, and the third period is underway. Manny Rowe with the puck for the Arizona Wildcats. Back over to Cameron Timor, who's had a great first game here for Arizona here at home. So the puck comes right back into the crease. Khatri can't locate it, but it goes behind the net out to Timor. Doesn't get through, and here comes Colorado back the other way. Yeah, Colorado just needs to make some positive stuff happen and bring that into the rest of their weekend series against Arizona State. And I think maybe Wildcat fans and Colorado fans can hear in my voice, I want Colorado to play well against Arizona State, of course, the rival of Arizona. And it'd be great if Colorado can put together a couple really good games against ASU. It'd be good for the fans as well. Cats are offside at the blue line, just underway in the third period. But I'm sure Colorado wants to play well at ASU as well.
Yeah, this is the kind of game that, is, kind of a wake-up call if you're on the losing end of this, Tim. This is the kind of loss, where you're trailing, by so many goals that later in the year you can reflect on and say, hey, you know what? Think about how poorly we felt after that game. We don't want to feel that way again.
Well, it's interesting what can motivate hockey players, and that feeling of success certainly can motivate them. But, boy, anyone who's been a part of an awful, awful loss knows you want to avoid that feeling again, and it can be a great motivator. A lot of coaches will say their teams learn the most out of losses, but, a huge hit at the blue line. You see, that gets the Colorado bench up on the blue line. That's one of their teammates who kept his head in the game and stood his man up and gave a big shot there at the blue line. That's a really good sign when you see the Colorado bench saluting their teammate like that. Now, we don't want to get anyone hurt here, but that was a good, clean hit.
Yeah, that was a nice, clean hit, and it got his boys excited.
Boy, the shot comes in on Kotry. I thought he had frozen it, but I didn't hear a whistle.
And what a secondary stop by him to get the paddle out, make the save, and drag it into his stomach. So
Wow,
he
didn't have that. I thought he had that puck, but I guess it dropped to the ice, and then he had to make a second save. Well, that's a commonality between the two Colorado backstoppers tonight. They've both had trouble corralling the puck.
Yeah, and it can't be solely their responsibility. They need some help from their defensemen in front of them. They just have not been getting it.
Justin Plumhoff in on the faceoff for Arizona. Buffaloes retrieve it and send it back up ice. Christopher Hedgecock back for the Cats with it. Josh Larson up to center ice to Ethan Stalhuth. Stalhuth over the line, down low. Is he going to get over to his line mate Plumhoff? No, it goes up the boards, the blue line, in just wide of the net. Off of Justin Dungy's stick, comes up the near side. Larson with it, coming off his injury. Oh, and he crashes the net hard.
Yeah, talk about crashing the net, Tim. I don't know if you can draw it up much better. Josh Larson really just trying to get the puck to the net.
Boy, everything from Arizona is going into the net tonight.
I think you're right, Tim. And I think that's a real good sign that these guys, they're not just watching the puck, get shot and hit the net. They're crashing the net. They don't stop moving their feet. They go at the net. They've got sticks on the ice ready to get that second and third rebound.
Play back on. Arizona wins the faceoff. Back to the blue line, now to the near side. Dungy sends it down low, and a swing and a miss on a rebound there. Good possession time here as Timor sends it down low, and it's gloved by Kotry. That's a good save there.
And even though Kyle Wade wasn't able to get anything on that puck, it was kind of bouncing past him. I think that's a real good sign. Kyle Wade just right where you need to be. He knew right where that rebound was going. And, Tim, if that's a play that these guys can draw up later in the year against some of these really tough teams where, you're not going to get those clean top shelf goals. You're going to have to fight for rebounds. It's a good sign that they're in the right spot.
Play back on, and Colorado comes out to center ice. Throw it down low, and it comes into the near side corner. That's Max Van Lanker trying to throw it out in front, but it comes back to center ice. Cully Olson is tripped there. Kyle Wade tries to get it on goal, but he comes into the corner. Tussles with it there. Jared Peterson had his stick up there. There is some attitude from these Buffalo. Here, I think it's a personal mission. They're not going to give up that 10th goal.
Yeah, and I think that's definitely going to be their goal here is, keep them at 9, hopefully have a good third period. And, if you're the Buffalo here, I think you'd be happy with winning that third period or even tying it.
Anthony Cusinelli with the puck in the slot. Does he get it away? He does. A good save there by Ravi Kotry. as Vail Artizone digs for it in the far side, but it comes out to center ice and Arizona regroups. Manny Rowe with some speed coming up over the blue line, loses the puck though. Ooh, just goes over his stick and comes back out to Matthew Hull, who sends it up and into the zone. Recovered there by Joseph Kinsella and sent ahead, and Chris Westland will go back, check that. Matthew Hull will go back and pick that up for Arizona. Oh, and Dawson Marshall knocked off the puck there briefly, but Arizona regains it. It comes out to center ice. But another good clean hit. Colorado to perhaps finding their legs a little bit here in the third period.
Yeah, I think they're finally starting to kind of, get that feeling of how they need to play, the speed they need to play, because, so far in this third period, they're playing a much stronger game, Tim.
Matthew Hull gave the puck away there, and you see there's going to be things for Arizona to work on, even in a game like this. You don't want to give the puck away without, knowing where you want it to go just to get it off your stick. That turns back into an opportunity going back the other way, but we have a whistle, and we'll have a face-off.
It looks like the net came off its mooring, so we'll get a reset, I believe, inside the zone.
Now, it may sound silly to some fans that, you could set a goal. We're not going to give up that 10th goal. Colorado just needs to build something positive, and if that's the goal they have, we're not going to give up another goal this period. We're going to play a good defensive period, and we're going to score a couple. We're going to win this period. Hey, if you're a hockey player, that's not silly at all. That's how you have to look at building toward your next game.
Yeah, and it looks like a Wildcat player got hit behind the play by number 91 of the Buffalo, Adam Trunco. I'm not quite sure what happened, but it looks like we're going to get a cat in the bench, too. It's Matthew Hull, number 13.
Well, Colorado has been pesky this period, so I would expect a parade to the box here as time goes on, especially if they keep hitting the man, keep trying to be physical.
Yeah, and you can definitely tell, Tim, that these guys are getting riled up. They're getting upset. You don't want to make a trip all the way down to Arizona to lose a game 9-0. That's not your goal. Nobody draws it up that way. So understandably, I'm sure everyone on that Colorado bench is pretty upset, and I think we'll start to see those tempers flare pretty soon here.
Well, and that's just natural. I mean, they're competitors. And
Adam Trunco, 2 minutes for a hit from behind, a Wildcat penalty on number 13, Matthew Hull. 2 minutes for cross-checking, both penalties at 5 minutes, 18 seconds in the third period.
And this Colorado team, they're down 9-0. They're a better hockey team than this score. At least they want to show that they're a better hockey team than this score. I mean, the score, you've earned that score. That's what it is. I'm not trying to say that Arizona isn't ahead 9-0. It's just that they want to show that they have more skill than that kind of spread in the score. They try to go far post on Anthony Shiro, but the puck comes back the other way. Max Meyer already with a goal here tonight. At least I think it's a goal. He was credited to another Wildcat. We'll have to see how that ends up on the final score sheet. And there's Manny Rowe standing his man up in between the circles and knocking him off the puck. That's a great physical play by Manny Rowe.
And the best part, my favorite part about that, Manny Rowe.
And he waves to the crowd. He has fans on the glass. And he was like, it's what I do.
And the best part about it, Tim, is he poke checked the puck away first. He went puck first, not body first. He just ended up making the big hit. That's a real smart play by Manny to get the puck away first.
Oh, I love how he responded to the fans. I'm like, it's what I do, This is supposed to be fun. It's not a lot of fun, I don't think, for that Colorado bench right now, down 9-0. But a lot of their guys are standing up. So are the Arizona Wildcats. This is like they're both looking at this as if it's a new game. No one has scored here in this third period. Colorado's really coming at Arizona here. And you know what? That's good for Arizona, too. They want to get something out of this third period of play. And there's a high stick that they just took, and this is going to be a penalty. Justin Dungy took a high stick, and let's see if he just skates away. Really good discipline by Justin Dungy there to just skate away. He took a very obvious high stick.
and I think that's number 29, Brendan Hansen. And that's, that's just one of those plays that happens. I don't think he was going for the head. He was just trying to lift up Justin Dungy's stick, caught him up high, and I think that was a real smart play by Justin Dungy, just skate away from that.
So there's some of that good discipline that we were talking about that we were looking for. As Arizona goes on the power play now. Ben Jones with the puck over to the far side, now down low.
Brendan Hansen, 2 minutes for high sticking. Time of that penalty, 7 minutes, 25 seconds in the third period. It gives your Wildcats a Hogan Transportation power play.
So Arizona going for that 10th goal. I'm trying to remember when the last time Arizona played a Division I opponent and had a 10-goal lead. As Bailey Marshall comes over a little dipsy-do. Behind the net, loses the puck. Now in football, that's just a couple plays, but this is a mammoth kind of offensive outpouring when you can score 9 or 10 goals. The puck almost gets through to Max Meyer. Some hitting on the far side, and I think we're going to have a whistle on a couple other guys. Just a Wildcat, I think, is going to be sent out to the box to even this up.
I'm not sure if we can get any here, Tim. It doesn't look like anyone's skating over there. I'm not sure, what those hand motions from the referee quite met.
Huh. Okay.
Because it looked like he was given the charging call, but
yeah, it looked like a charge. Yeah. Well, plays back on. Arizona with the puck. Hull down to the far side. Comes right back to Timor. Back to Hull. Hull moves it over to the far side dot. Gets blocked in front. Good play by Colorado as they come out. Oh, Arizona almost was able to keep that puck in the zone. Down to the last 45 seconds of the power play. And this is something Arizona can get out of this period too, Jackson. They want to work on the power play. They want to move the puck. Well, it's just so hard to keep your intensity up when you look at that scoreboard,
Yeah, it is, and I think the Cats are doing a real good job of it. They're not, watching the play. They're still moving their feet. They're still trying to score more goals. They're still moving the puck really well, and I think that's, really showing a lot about the character of this club.
I mean, they've had a couple of their games in their previous 5 games where they scored only 1 goal or 2 goals. They've had trouble scoring goals. That's why the faucet has been turned on here tonight.
Yeah, and this is one of those games, Tim, that can really set you up in the future. I mean, you get so many different guys scoring here tonight, so many guys getting, a lot of confidence, and I think that's, we're going to see a lot of that in the start of tomorrow's game. A lot of confidence. Guys are going to come out feeling like they can score because they have been scoring. They know that they can score, and I think that's going to be a real big part of tomorrow's game.
Play back on, and there's a shot and a nice glove save there by Ravi Khatri.
Justin Dungy with a nice hard shot. The Wildcats using their point men a lot here tonight, really trying to get that rebound, which they have. It has worked a couple times. They're really just trying to get shots from anywhere on the ice.
Power play is now over. Arizona does not score as the puck squirts by Cully Olson there. Olson sends it behind him, and the Cats try to cycle here. Cully Olson with the puck on his stick once again. As Max Meyer takes a little bit of a shove from behind and sends the puck down low. Things seem to have settled down here a little bit. We're halfway home here in the third period, just a little over 10 minutes to go in the game. Arizona ahead 9-0. The mystery is, will Colorado score a goal? Will Arizona get that 10th goal? And you know what? I'm glad that Arizona doesn't play Colorado tomorrow.
Yeah.
This is one of these games where it would be very difficult mentally for Arizona to play Colorado tomorrow, and you're going to have a motivated Colorado squad.
Yeah.
So this is one of those cases where, I mean, it's strange to be thinking about what helps Arizona after they are ahead in the game 9-0, but it would help them not to play Colorado tomorrow. And they won't. Colorado will be up at ASU. Vail Artizone sends the puck in, but it comes out to center ice. Manny Rowe with the puck again. Doesn't have anywhere to go, and he makes a good decision there. Boy, he's hung up there by a couple of Buffalo there. They did a good job of getting his stick there, but here comes Arizona 2-on-1. Shot goes wide. Josh Larson has the puck. Oh, right on the doorstep, and he just pokes it wide. Josh Larson kind of drifting away from the puck, but he was able to get his stick on it there. Great opportunity for the Arizona Wildcats.
Yeah, I actually think Ravi Khatri might have actually gotten a save on that second shot there.
Well, there's an attempt over to Jarrett Peterson that just went wide. Puck comes into the slot and is just edged over to Timor, up to Larson. Yeah, play settling down here was a little pesky there for that first 5 minutes. I think both teams are thinking about their next game. And there's a shot, a rebound that comes off the backboards and just goes wide. Now, Arizona has a real challenge here. They have about 12 hours from the end of this game before they're back here at the Tucson Arena. They have a 1 p.m. game tomorrow. The shot's right in the slot, goes right into the breadbasket of Ravi Khatri, and he makes a good save. Arizona, from the time that they get out of here, it'll be just a little more than 12 hours before they have to be back here ready to play another game. And you got to be smart. You got to hydrate and go home and eat and really sleep. I know these are young hockey players, but we'll see how much they have at 1 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow.
Yeah, and that's the thing, Tim, that's, so tough. It almost doesn't matter how much rest you get, how much water you get. I mean, puck drops that are just 18 hours apart from the start of tonight's game to tomorrow's game, that's a real tough, quick turnaround.
Well, and then they'll have a full day before their Saturday game, which will be a 1 p.m. game. And remember, Cat fans, if you're a U of A student and you have your Cat card, you get in for free to tomorrow's game and to Saturday's game. That's Arizona and Colorado State. Our broadcast start at 12:45 in the afternoon both days. The puck drops at 1 p.m. And let's see how Arizona recharges their batteries with a quick turnaround for the game tomorrow.
Yeah, and I expect to, this is going to be a really energizing win, and I think that's going to be, a huge factor in helping the Cats tomorrow.
7:35 to go in the contest. No score here in the third period. That's got to make Colorado happy. They've been scrappy. Cats pick up the puck and head off to center ice. Oh, that took a weird bounce off the boards there. Arizona recovers. Comes over to Justin Dungy, and he sends it down low.
Real good awareness to stay onside there as well.
Vail Artizon with a bit of a hit. Anthony Cusinelli looking for the puck, and anytime Anthony's on the ice, I just have to watch him. I mean, even without the puck, you got to watch where does he go, and he just took a slash to his ankle, and he's going to get into it here with Keegan Davis, who gave him a slash just for no reason.
Like
let's see it. This will be interesting. Keep watching 15 and 19. Little dipsy-do, and there's a shot that doesn't get quite through to Khatri. And there goes Anthony Cusinelli, and I'm glad because he was taking some abuse there from Keegan Davis, and I thought he might get into it. Oh, there's a slap down of a puck by Ethan Stallhuth that just misses. That would have been a beautiful goal, Jackson.
Yeah, what about Ethan Stallhuth tonight?
There's just another shot that just goes wide.
Over the play, making so many shots. He's got the hat trick. He's got an assist. He's just all over the ice tonight. I love it, Tim.
Well, Ethan Stallhuth, one of those seniors. This is his last time around, and he's taking advantage of it. Oh, there's the puck that just dribbles wide. There's something about being a senior, and it's your last time around, and there's, you have 20 home games. There's no time to save anything. You got to let it all out in your senior season. Ethan Stallhuth looking like a mature hockey player.
Yeah, he's one of those guys, he's, not going to regret the effort he puts into this season. He's going to be given 110% every time he's out there.
Puck on the back of the net. Rolled off, and play continues on down to the last 5 minutes of play in this one. Some more tussle of players. Oh, and there's a shot, a puck that's just going to dribble wide of Anthony Shuro. He didn't have control of it. Arizona didn't have control of it. That was a really dangerous play for Arizona. And I think we're going to have another occupant to the box there. That's Max Meyer for Arizona is going to go in.
Check that, Tim. I think it's number 20, Manny Rowe.
Oh, Manny Rowe, number 20. Thank you.
But yeah, Tim, I mean, the puck sitting in the crease like that, that's a goal scorer's dream. No goalie in the net, almost an empty net scenario where the puck's just kind of sitting there waiting to get put in.
Manny, a fan asked him what happened, and he bangs on his head like I did something stupid. Manny Rowe, he knows he wants to stay out of the box. What a colorful, interesting, fun guy to know, Manny Rowe. Again, if let's say half your players were Anthony Cusinelli and half were Manny Rowe, first of all, the parties are going to be great, and you're going to win a lot of hockey games.
Yeah, Manny's definitely one of those guys that keeps the energy up in the room.
See, Manny's one of those vocal leaders in the locker room. He will let people know what needs to happen, and he's a fine hockey player as well. And you need all those different kinds of personalities to mesh perfectly to have that championship kind of stew. And Arizona, I think, has added a couple more pieces toward that. We were wondering about that. Every season is different. Do they actually coalesce? Do they come together? Arizona may have added a couple of important pieces to their championship team from last year, WCHL championship team.
Yeah, I mean, one of the biggest problems that the Cats had last year was their lack of secondary scoring. They didn't get a lot of scoring, besides that top line of Marshall, Cusinelli, and I believe Stallhuth, and that's, tough to rely on every night. You need more guys to score, and we've seen that here tonight. So if that's something that they can carry on, they should have a pretty successful season here, Tim.
That's 3.5 minutes to the game, and in just a minute or two, Jackson Peters is going to run down to center ice. He'll talk to the head coach of the Wildcats and the player of the game. That's at the end of this game, and then we'll have a post-game report right here in the press box. That's in 3 minutes and 15 seconds. Remember, our broadcast starts tomorrow, Friday at 12:45 in the afternoon. Watch us simulcast on Facebook and on YouTube. Same thing on Saturday, 12:45. Well, as our PA announcer Joe Pirate says, follow us on social media. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and more. Then head over to our YouTube video channel for more Wildcat hockey. And remember, Wilbur the Wildcat wants you, Jackson Peters, to bear down.
Well, I mean, if Wilbur wants it, I guess I don't have much of a choice.
Wilbur the Wildcat wants you, Jackson Peters, to bear down.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm bearing down, I think all Wildcat hockey fans go and check out all of our social media
No, he's
platforms.
talking specifically to you.
Specifically to me. Well, if he's got, I mean, if Wilbur's speaking to me personally,
I would take that seriously,
yeah,
dude.
that's a scary situation, Tim. I don't think there's anything to laugh about there. Wilbur is he is a Wildcat.
Don't laugh. I love Wilbur the Wildcat. Don't laugh about that. He doesn't wear pants, you know.
It's interesting. He doesn't wear pants, but
he has a
does
vest.
that cat mean he means business.
He's got a vest, though.
Well, it's a stylish choice.
Perhaps you can tell it's Arizona 9, Colorado nothing, with 2:15 to go in the contest. And Jackson Peters is going to head to center ice for our post-game interviews. So hang around for that in just 2 minutes. Now the only question is, will Arizona give up a goal? Oh, and there's a big hit on the near side there by Manny Rowe. He almost went to the box again, but play continues on. 1:45 to go in the contest. And we have a stoppage in play. We'll have a face-off back in the Arizona zone. Big wind up in that shot, and it goes in. Arizona loses. I can say the word now. It's shutout as Joseph Kinsella sends in a shot. Anthony Shuro is not going to be happy about that shot. He saves that 99 out of 100 times. That happened to be the 100th time, and that went in. And that breaks up the shutout for Arizona. And Colorado gets a goal to get on the board, trailing 9-1. But that's that positive thing that they can take to Tempe, get on the bus and go to Tempe.
Give it to number 2, Joe Kinsella. The assist goes to number 29, Brendan Hansen, and number 28, Kyle Cato. That's Kinsella for Hansen and Cato. Time of the Buffaloes' goal, 18 minutes, 24 seconds in the third period.
So that's that positive thing in the third period. Arizona has not scored in this period, but Colorado has. And that's minute of the game, and that's how you can build positive stuff for your team as you head up the road. For Arizona, scoring 9 goals in their home opener and really getting sharp offensively. Boy, they bring that into the 2 games against Colorado State. Let's hope they don't have that their heads don't get too big about that, because guess what? Tomorrow at 1 p.m., it's 0-0 on the scoreboard again. Arizona's going to have to play a good, solid game once again. Let's see how they handle all the successes. We're going down to the last 30 seconds of the game. There's a nice hard shot and a good save by Ravi Khatri, who's played very well here. Coming in for Grant Payne. That is hard to do, to keep yourself in the game, keep your concentration going when your team's out of it on the scoreboard and playing your best. Khatri has done that. Down to the last 2-1, and that's going to be it. I think the 2 teams are going to separate here, and everything's okay between them. That's great to see. Arizona with a huge 9-1 opening night victory over Colorado.
Colorado with 17, Arizona with 5. For the game, the Buffaloes with 33 shots on goal. The Wildcats with 43 shots on goal. The final score here tonight at the Tucson Convention Center Arena.
Okay, in just a moment, we'll send it to Jackson Peters here to talk to the head coach of the Wildcats and our player of the game, and then we'll have our post-game report in just a moment. Until then, I can tell you that Arizona with a convincing 9-1 victory over Colorado. As we said, a quick turnaround for tomorrow night, or tomorrow afternoon, 1 p.m. puck drop. Broadcast starts at 12:45 in the afternoon. So hang around as soon as the handshakes are done. We'll have our interviews with Jackson Peters at center ice.
Hi, I'm Jackson Peters, and I'm joined here by number 18, Ethan Stallhoot, the senior for the Arizona Wildcats. Now, you had 2 goals tonight and an apple, but this was a real team effort. Can you tell me a little bit, just about, what the mood was all game coming in tonight's game, especially with all these freshmen getting on the board as well?
Yeah, it was our first home game. We knew we had to come out hard. We had to play our game, and it's exactly what we did tonight.
Yeah, so it's your first home game, first home weekend. What do you guys have to do tomorrow and Saturday to, get the same result?
We just have to keep bringing out the physicality like we did tonight and just keep playing our game. Work tonight, it'll work tomorrow.
Thanks, Ethan. Congrats on the win. And now I'm joined by head coach of the Arizona Wildcats, Coach Chad Berman. Now, of course, a lot to be happy about tonight, putting up 9 goals. You get a lot of that secondary scoring. But, of course, your first home game. What are some of the things you're going to still have to work on, even though you're so successful tonight?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously good to get back home and sleep in our own bed and eat our own meals. But, yeah, I think just little things of execution. We actually missed a couple of back checks on 3-on-2s that we've been emphasizing we can improve on, and we will. But we didn't have to show too much for tomorrow. We've been able to layer some things on this week, and we didn't have to show any of that. So tomorrow's going to be a challenge. Colorado State works hard. It's going to be a tough game.
Yeah, so that's a new opponent, a team that works really hard. What are you guys going to have to change? Is there anything you're going to have to change moving into tomorrow?
I don't know if it's about changing. I mean, every day we want to get better. Every day we want to change our best. So there's definitely things we can clean up. We're starting to show who we are, but I think we've got another level, and so hopefully we'll continue to get better here.
Yeah, and a lot of times, Coach, it takes a team a long time to really get that offensive flow moving. But so far, it looks like these guys really know how to work the puck, move and, really work well together. Is that kind of how you're seeing it so far this year?
Yeah, I mean, we had skill last year, and what really excites me is the few new guys we added this year. They add a really complementary element to what we already had. I thought Josie had some really good shifts down low, just grinding out, and we could keep going, but I like the way the pieces are falling together, and I think we're starting to get comfortable together here.
Well, thanks so much, Coach Berman. Congrats on the win and good luck this weekend. If you're joining us on our Facebook or YouTube live stream, I'll send it back to the booth with Tim Gasson. If you're joining us in-house, I hope you'll join us right here tomorrow and Saturday as the University of Arizona Wildcats take on the Colorado State University. Have a good night.
Thank you, Jackson. So the Arizona Wildcats improved to 5 wins and 1 tie on the year. The Buffalo fall to 1-5. 9-1 effort for the Arizona Wildcats. They sure found their scoring touch after their first few games where they were having a hard time finding the net. We had goals all over the lineup, including a couple from new freshman Cameron Timor. The scoring goes up and down the roster, new and old Wildcats alike. Boy, you'd like to think that sometime later in the season when Arizona needs a goal or two, that we could use a couple of these goals, that you could save a couple of these goals. But it's a 9-1 win for Arizona. Now, as we mentioned, this is a quick turnaround for the Wildcats. It's a 1 o'clock game tomorrow. Our broadcast will start at 12:45 and the same on Saturday. Now, Arizona students, you can get in free with your CAT card tomorrow and Saturday. The puck drops at 1 o'clock. Our broadcast starts at 12:45. I don't know what the Arizona Wildcats can do to improve on this game other than to do it again tomorrow. That's going to be a challenge to get their energy up for a 1 o'clock puck drop tomorrow and do it all over again against a brand new opponent. Colorado State, another talented team. They're playing in Tempe tonight. I haven't seen the score of how they did against the Sun Devils, but we'll see them soon enough tomorrow afternoon here at the Tucson Arena. So for the entire University of Arizona Wildcat media crew and my broadcast partner, Jackson Peters, I'm Timothy Gasson, thanking you for watching us on both Facebook and YouTube. We'll see you here tomorrow at 12:45 p.m. for more University of Arizona Wildcat hockey.
Thank you for watching University of Arizona Wildcats hockey. Visit our website at ArizonaWildcatHockey.org, and we'll see you at the Tucson Arena for the next Arizona Wildcats home game.